633, 97.3 Citi FM. Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir. With a great start to your Wednesday, the 11th of September 2024. Tune into the Citi Breakfast Show, live in Accra on 97.3 Citi FM. Live across the world on our website and on our social media platforms. It's a great song, a great reminder of our responsibility. The harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. I really, really like the scripture. The harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. A lot of people focus on the harvest, how much money is to be made, how much reward is to be gotten, the accolades to be received, the blessings to be obtained. But they forget that the potential of the harvest is limited by the availability of laborers. So you can have a vast field of corn. It will only be useful if you are able to engage laborers in the field. So Christ says, pray ye to the Lord of the harvest that he will send in laborers into his field. This is Luke chapter 10, verse 2. It says, therefore said he to them, the harvest truly is great, but the laborers are few. Harvest of Africa is great, but the laborers are few. The harvest of Ghana, raise your eyes and see. There's so much potential, so much water. The third largest man-made lake in the world. So many trees to plant, so much food to grow, so much development to be undertaking. The harvest, Ghana's potential is truly great. But the laborers, because labor is about hard work, it's about consistency, it's about sacrifice, it's about selflessness, it's about thinking beyond today. A laborer is working the fields for his family and for his future. So what we need is not more prophets about the harvest. We need more laborers in his field. Where are the laborers who would stand up for truth, who would sacrifice for the next generation, who would do their best to make sure the country realizes its great harvest, that's its potential. So your prayer is not for the Lord to do the harvesting, it's for the Lord to send forth laborers. So the best gift in the season of a harvest is the gift of a laborer. And in our natural parlance, we look down on laborers. In fact, most people would not tell you that they are laborers. So what work does your father do? My father is a laborer. No, we don't like that. He's a managing director. He's the boss of himself. We look down on laborers. But scripture says the laborers are few. They are precious. They are not that many. They are rare. We need more laborers, people. I want to be a laborer in the field of media. I want to work my socks off to make this country better. What about you? And now, labor is not a demeaning profession. It's somebody who applies energy, who exerts his effort, his best gifts to make sure the elements bring forth good fruit. That's labor. The Bible says, in all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips only lead to penury. In all labor there is profit. So labor is work. So we need people who will work to make sure our streets are lit, to make sure our food is available, to make sure our kids are well educated, to make sure our streets are safe at night, to make sure our vehicles are safe for people to use, to make sure our communities are well planned. We need laborers who sacrifice in the district assemblies, to make sure our refuse is collected, to make sure taxes are well managed, to make sure integrity becomes the order of the day. Where are the laborers? That's the song this morning, people. If there's any prayer, we're going to pray. Lord, send us laborers. Beautiful song bringing us into Business Sense, brought to you by ADB, the People's Bank. Call us on 0302-210-210. Let's help you get a better loan deal for yourself. It's an offer for a variety of personal loans, top-up loans at highly reduced interest rates. We start the show with the newspaper review. It's brought to us by Total Energies. We are introducing the Excellium new formula, an additive enriched 3-in-1 action formula that cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. Excellium new formula lowers your vehicle's fuel consumption and reduces your CO2 emissions. Experience the difference with Total Energies Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality. And every minute whispers of greatness, every hour new pages turn, every day is a new chapter to keep your dreams alive. Today a tabletop owner, tomorrow a shopfront owner. Today a student, tomorrow a manager. Today an apprentice, tomorrow a master. And the list goes on. Whatever it is you do to add value to this world, remember your efforts are conspiring to make your plans happen. That's why Fidelity Bank Ghana's purpose is to inspire your success and collaborate with you every step of the way. Truly, there's more ahead. Fidelity Bank, Ebefa.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Bayansa fosu wo munye wanka na asam ze mafutu sam kakre wa supeme yo kofi o man ya woman o man ya mama na denyi baby akọ wacha da ya waren wonsom wani pa asa de pa wo fi oye demo yembera ye
So 6:40 with a good song to remind all of us. So let's get involved. Let's apply effort. So we're going to get into the headlines this morning. Caleb Kuda, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Nathan Kwok, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Everybody vibrates a different level of energy.
Yeah, man.
It's amazing, you know. So what are the papers saying today?
Well, Daily Graphic this morning, strategic local development policy out. Document aims to drive sustainable economic growth. Comes with a photograph of Martina J. Mensah, Kosa, Minister of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development. And lawyer shortage hits legal aid. Deal with errant election officials. Afarijan is speaking, and on the back page, Ghana lost 81 lives to suicide in first half of 2024.
Front page of the Ghanaian Times, at Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development Initiative, Greater Accra Minister fumes at 29 MMDCEs, queries them over failure to attend local economic development launch. Galamsey menace, pressure mounts on government to combat illegal mining as Asante Hene Utah GBA ad voice for prompt action. And third media cohort Third cohort media capacity enhancement program begins in Accra, and then you have the suicide story and all of that on the front page of the Ghanaian
The
Times.
Herald this morning, NDC copies NPP's Let My Vote Count demo for voters register audit. Akufo-Addo ignores deadly Galamsey pandemic at a lawyers conference to fight corruption tag on himself and family. Imani projects $1 billion for Ghana's economy through salt mining sites Electrochem. And then Apanyo Makin targets 80% votes in Afutu ahead of the 2024 parliamentary elections, and YEA Agric Ministry distribute 100,000 starter packs to empower youth in farming.
The News Center says NIA issues Ghana cards in Canada as pilot registration of Ghanaians abroad begins. MPP's ambitious infrastructure plans to create 3% of GDP fiscal space and new local economic development policy to create jobs and empower communities. That's coming in from Martin J. Mensah Kosa.
Daily Guide this morning, Mahama incites NDC against EC. NPP's road infrastructure feat and marched. Asamoah Gyan speaking. 4 arrested over Oyarefa violent attack. Michael Quay Jr. files parliamentary forms and minister launches revised LED policy, and Laraba Zuera withdraws from NPP Wale primary.
The Ghanaian publisher says FIDIC 2024 investments in roads key to poverty reduction. That's coming in from Francis Asamoah Gyan. YEA Agric Ministry empower youth in farming with tools and equipment. And democracy flourishes with well-informed media. That's coming from the information minister.
Republic Press, Mahama resorts to demo as NDC gambles for self-serving voter register audit. Police grab Oyarefa troublemakers. Akufo-Addo backs CJ over Supreme Court nominations. Galamsey is an enemy. Otumfuo speaks. He quoted Kofi Kenata's song, and Kofi Kenata has been very happy about that. Ban illegal mining to prevent generational food and nutrition crisis. This is the PFAG. We'll bring you details. UTAG threatens strike over illegal mining. Stories here as well.
The Chronicle says Akrokeri hard hit by Galamsey. Residents accuse Queen Mother Jassy Hene, but they have denied any wrongdoing. MOI sends journalists to school, and Educhum files to contest Bosumtwi's seat again.
Right. The Informer, our national organizer, is missing. NPP cries. And elections 2024 eschew mistrust for EC. Otumfuo appeals to political parties. Fighting Galamsey head-on will cause unemployment, reduce export earnings. Mahama's okay. Is that what you said? Towards improving prosecutions, past criminal offences bill now. AG urges Parliament.
The Daily Searchlight says sinking the economy, part 11. Clearing agency admits tax fraud but says it is paying back after it was caught by customs. Galamseyers are Ghanaians. We won't shoot to kill them. That's coming from Napo. Occupy Ghana repeats urgent call to halt illegal gold mining in Ghana. Of course, there are other stories here on the front page of the Daily
The
Searchlight.
new publisher, 87 days to elections, we will shoot to kill. Henry Quarte, NDC's Revolution Commander, reviews 2024 agenda. And then Baumia, my government will expand public infrastructure. Esla deserves another term. The new publisher this morning.
Finally, for me, the Daily Post. Daily Post says, we are just playing with fire, says Badbin, as he accuses government of preventing EC from being a free referee. And then, 2024 elections, we don't want to see military moving around. Again, that's coming from the Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Alban Badbin.
Let's take you online. Channel 1 News. We have never attributed cocoa smuggling to Russian government. This is Cocoa Board clarifying some information. A lot of stories around the EC. We are ready for polls. This is EC speaking at Channel 1 and Citi FM's launch of the coverage for the election. Meanwhile, as I said, Channel 1 and Citi FM have launched their coverage for the election. Enforced strict penalties for electoral offences. This is Kodio to police. This is also coming in from the launch. Afarijan is also calling for stricter punishment for officials who commit electoral offences. Now, there's a troubling story here. UK Home Office issues deportation notices to Ghanaian students over unpaid fees. And prosecute illegal miners in protected areas. Occupy Ghana urges government. All these on Channel 1 News. If you go to citifmonline.com, Christian Council has added his voice to the Galamsey call. Ban Galamsey until sustainable solutions are found. In other headlines, Akufo-Addo must be held accountable for failed Galamsey fight. This is in Kwanta North MP.
Okay.
In other stories, Ablakwa establishes 100,000 CD rent fund to support Akosombo Dam spillage victims. And then peasant farmers are also warning of looming food crisis because of Galamsey. All of these and more.
When I come to think of it, it's been 14 days since the Works and Housing Minister said they will go to the Mepa area.
Yeah, we can do with that when we come into the main stories. I'm just giving you the headlines for now. If you go to my John online, Afarijan is also there. Election tampering by officials should be considered treason. He was speaking at the bar conference yesterday. NDC Stanco Computer says a credible voter register is the bedrock of a democracy. Meanwhile, a chief is saying to Mahama, don't demand certificate from youth before offering them jobs if. And then Reverend Fayose from Christian Council says, Galamsey, we won't make progress until we start naming and shaming. So the voices against Galamsey are getting louder, which is good for all of us.
Yes.
Globally, everybody's talking about the debate between Kamala Harris and Donald John Trump. BBC says Harris puts Trump on defensive in fiery debate. There's also a debate about who won the debate. That's also on that. Bloomberg says how Kamala Harris baited Trump into a debate on her own terms. And then a few more comments from around the world on that debate as well. All right, let's get into the headlines.
But there are a couple of road-related issues I'll put together for you this morning in the Daily Graphic. 10 on the street lights to save lives. Judge appeals. The story by Justice Agbenosi on page 40 of Daily Graphic. A circuit court judge has urged the agencies in charge to ensure that all highways are lit to avert accidents leading to the unfortunate loss of lives. The judge, Sedinam Awo Kwadam, made the appeal when an accused was brought before her court for hitting a pedestrian who died as a result. She expressed concern that the number of accidents and fatal cases being brought to the court was increasing, stating that poor illumination on the roads was a causative factor. Mrs. Kwadam stated that because some pedestrians do not wear bright clothing, they were not visible when crossing the roads and thus were oftentimes hit by drivers as a result. Quote, put on all street lights on our highways. Those that are defective should be repaired. The situation is scarier when you drive in the night because there are no lights and these places are so dark. In the meantime, we were told that 8 woodworkers perished in a road accident at Mem in Sunyane. 8 workers of the Infix Wood Processing Company at Mem in the Ahafo region have been confirmed dead following an accident on the Goso Mem Road. 5 of the victims died on the spot while 3 others died while on admission at the Goso Government Hospital where they were rushed to for medical treatment. The accident was a head-on collision that involved the company's bus with registration number stated here and a timber truck with registration number also stated here. It's a very sad development.
There are more stories on the road sector.
Minister supports road reservation management policy. Story by Dixon Dotu Wolanyo. The Minister of Roads and Highways, Francis Asenso Boache, has pledged his support to the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications to protect telecommunications and other utility infrastructure from distraction during excavation and road construction. You know, yesterday you complained about the water lines that were burst along the motorway.
Yes. When they are constructing roads,
telecommunication companies also
so
suffer.
This is with the telecom sector.
Yes,
maybe
please.
they should add the water company as well.
Very
one.
Very important.
All right, we'll come back to the road issues. What else do you have, Nathan?
Well, if you go to page 11 of the Ghanaian Times, this was an angle of this was captured, or a different version was captured on the front page of the Daily Graphic. So yesterday, the Local Government Decentralization and Rural Development Initiative, or the Local Economic Development Policy 2024 to 2029, was launched yesterday. The Greater Accra Minister, Daniel Titus Glover, he was there, but he got very upset. Why? Because 29 MMDCEs were absent. Now, when he got to
a policy for them,
yes,
and they said
it was the same thing he said. He asked how many of them were present, and none was available. According to the paper, fuming with rage, Mr. Titus Glover said the chief executives would have to answer for their absence. He told his chief director,
29.
yes,
That's
to send them all
number.
queries. And then he found out from his chief director that the letters of invitation had been duly sent and received by these MMDC. So
Meanwhile,
he said
the document that was launched is a pretty
Yeah.
good one. So
Yeah.
the Minister
Yes.
of Local Government introduced a strategic framework designed to promote economic growth and development at the local level.
Yes.
It's known as the Local Economic Development Policy, accompanied with implementation plan, aims to empower local governments, communities, and businesses to spearhead development by utilizing local resources, generating employment, and enhancing livelihood. So the question is, why didn't they go? The framework, which was launched in Accra yesterday, emphasized decentralizing economic activities to foster growth as well as encourage collaboration between public and private sectors to drive investment and innovation in local economies. So the question is, these people, the Minister of Local Government, Martin Ajay launched a framework said to empower the country's 261 MMDAs by leveraging local resources and creating jobs. You know, so sounds like a pretty good thing. They chose not to attend, and the ministers are not happy. Now, there's a number of stories on the Electoral Commission.
Yes.
Yesterday, Citi FM and Channel 1 TV launched our coverage of the elections, and there are two stories there I wanted to bring to you quickly. The Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mr. Bosmanasari, or Dr. Bosmanasari,
Yeah.
says the EC is ready for the polls. At the launch of the event, Dr. Asari, who is the Deputy Chairperson in charge of corporate affairs or services, detailed the Commission's preparations and measures to ensure a successful election. He said the Commission has completed a limited voter registration exercise and has displayed voters registered to address any discrepancies. Now, speaking at the same program, the coordinator of the Coalition of Election Observers, CODIO, Mr. Ahin, said that the police should take stringent action against individuals who commit electoral offences during the upcoming general election. Mr. Ahin highlighted the detrimental impact of electoral offences on the democratic process. Now, speaking at a different event, still on Channel 1 News, Dr. Kujua Farijan, former EC boss, is calling for stricter punishment for officials who commit electoral offences.
Yeah.
He emphasized that individuals who commit such offences must not be allowed to go scot-free, particularly when they should know better. Now, I want you to bring me the concerns around the NDC and all the electoral
Well,
issues.
if you go to the Daily Post, page 6, the NDC's General Secretary is here, Fifi Kwete, and he has informed the Greater Accra Police Command of the intention of the party's intention to stage a demonstration on the 17th of September. In a letter to the police commander headed demonstration for free, fair, and transparent elections, the General Secretary of the NDC stated that the party would like to hit the streets on the 17th to press home their demands for free, fair, transparent, and peaceful elections. In the same paper, the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, he has accused the government of preventing the EC from being an impartial electoral body. He was speaking in an interview with TV3 or on TV3, and the speaker indicated that some of the appointments made by the government to the leadership of the EC had contributed to the growing mistrust of the institution by a section of the public.
That story is also here as well, so I'll take your attention to
It's where?
It's in the Herald newspaper. Thank you for that. NDC copies MPPs let my vote count demo for voters register audit. Details what Nathan just read, but the Herald is taking this story from an angle where they are saying that the president has ignored the deadly Galamsey pandemic at the lawyers' conference.
Yeah, but yesterday we said this, right?
Yeah.
When we interviewed the GBA president,
He says that he cares about action and not.
but the president did not comment
Yeah.
on Galamsey, and this is what they are reporting.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of Galamsey, let me read you a few more stories. So, Galamsey, present farmers are warning of a looming food crisis. This is CityNewsroom.com reporting that the PFAG has issued a stark warning of an impending generational food and nutritional crisis if drastic measures are not taken to combat illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey. In a statement on Tuesday, the association urged the government to impose a ban on illegal mining to protect the environment. Now, on the same subject, the Christian Council is also asking for a ban on Galamsey until sustainable solutions are found. Reverend Dr. Fayose said in a statement that it is an existential threat posed by Galamsey to Ghana's natural resources, especially water bodies, farmlands, and ecosystems. He highlighted the urgency of the crisis, describing the menace as something that must be addressed without delay. So we've had a few more bodies add their voices to the Galamsey conversation.
If you go to the Chronicle, page 3, Akrokeri hard hit by Galamsey.
All right.
Now, residents of Akrokeri in the Danse North district of the Ashanti region are up in arms against illegal mining in the area.
Oh, Lord.
They are angry with Nana Sewa Brewer, queen mother of the area, and Nana Kofi Bechi, Jasihene and regent of Akrokeri, who they have accused of failing to stop the illegal practice. They have been in charge of affairs as far as the Akrokeri Sub-Traditional Council is concerned since 2001. The residents say that the traditional leadership is superintending over illegal mining activities, and as a result of the development and the Queen Mother's apathy in addressing the Galamsey canker, the residents are contemplating going on a demonstration to draw the attention of authorities to the prevailing conditions in the area.
All right.
Bernard, Ghanaian students on government scholarships in the UK to be deported
Charlie.
over unpaid fees. Very worrying
Charlie.
development following the cancellation of student visas of some Ghanaian students studying at the University of Birmingham in the UK. They are now faced with a possible threat of deportation soon. This, according to a report by channel1news.com, is due to the delayed tuition fees payment of these students, leading to the cancellation of their student visas. The report added that the majority of these students are on the Government of Ghana scholarship. They have, however, not been able to pay their fees, as the government has also failed to keep its side of the scholarship to remit them with the necessary funds.
And everywhere else, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump had a fiery 90-minute debate in Philadelphia, their first of the 2024 election. After shaking hands, it was the first time the pair had met. They debated policy moving into personal attacks, and there were various analysts who say Kamala Harris won the debate. This is just round one. There's more coming up. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Nathan. City Business News is next. Stay with us.
Charlie, today the matter will catch me. I received urgent order from my online store. Customer wants 10 pieces sharp. Hey, but my wahala be delivery. Stress so me too. I no get order in weeks. So then I make slow. Charlie, I decide to deliver this thing myself. Quiet. I was willing to trust my small tired car like that. But boy, I no even leave my area where the whole place full of snow. Engine kaput, pasca. As the boys they help me push the car off the road, where I look up and raise my head, where I see for Fidelity Bank billboard top. This too just be chapter. There's more ahead. Ebefa. Then Norma Vim come. Listen, I dog the sadness and find Okada fast. I deliver all the goods, collected my money, and even got referrals from this customer. Hey, Ebefa. At Fidelity Bank, we believe you can achieve your dreams. There's more ahead. Ebefa. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel where I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Charlie.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News with Nila Tilate. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello to you out there. Welcome to the breakfast edition of Citi Business News on 97.3 Citi FM. It's proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle and Access Bank. Coming up this morning, consultation on new cocoa farm gate price drags as players object proposed 45% increment in the producer price of the commodity. Also, feed millers reel under the impact of rising maize cost and supply challenges as a result of ongoing dry spells in parts of the country. And later, Ghana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative kicks against bill to merge VRA and other energy institutions, citing potential pitfalls in the sector. My name is Neil Latte. Thank you for joining us. It's midweek. Details of our stories now. Barring any last-minute changes, the Ghana Cocoa Board is expected to announce new cocoa farm gate prices later today. The announcement, initially expected yesterday, was delayed due to extended consultations over the new pricing. It is widely anticipated that the farm gate price will see an upward adjustment to curb, among other things, smuggling of the cocoa beans to neighboring countries like Ivory Coast and improve the livelihoods of farmers. Well, what Citi Business News is learning is that players are objecting the proposed 45% increment. What they are rather demanding is a minimum 70% upward adjustment in the price of cocoa. We stay a while longer with Cocoa Board because it has clarified recent media reports suggesting that its chief executive officer, Joseph Boyne Edu, blamed cocoa smuggling activities on the Russian government. In a statement, Cocoa Board emphasized that at no point did the CEO attribute cocoa smuggling to the Russian government. Instead, Mr. Edu raised concerns about local miscreants in Ghana involved in smuggling cocoa to foreign individuals, including some Russians based in neighboring countries. Cocoa Board stressed that this clarification is crucial as false reports could lead to unnecessary diplomatic tensions. Now, away from that, and feed millers are struggling with the rising cost of maize driven by a supply shortage which has severely impacted their production capacity. The production levels have dropped from 1,000 metric tons to 700 metric tons due to ongoing dry spells in the northern and middle belt of the country. Citi Business News' Daniel Odro-Mensah has more.
The feed millers explain that maize, which accounts for about 55% of the raw materials used in producing poultry feed, has seen a significant price hike. The cost of a 50-kilogram bag of maize has surged from approximately 200 Ghana cedis to around 360 Ghana cedis in a short period. They express frustration that despite this sharp increase in costs, they are unable to pass the burden on to poultry farmers. The Executive Secretary of the Association of Feed Millers of Ghana, Eric Mantiao, shared these concerns.
Unfortunately, we are unable to transfer that cost onto the poultry farmers who are customers. So we absorb it. And I think in the last 8 months, we've been able to only go up by about 8% in prices as we are absorbing most of these shocks. In the past couple of months, in the past 2 months, I think we've been working closely with the Ministry of Agric in finding ways to mitigate that from happening. And we've had a lot of support from the ministry in terms of, I know they are working on acquiring drought-resistant seedlings from CSIR, who are currently working on that.
Some maize dealers also voiced concerns over the rising costs and emphasized the need for the government to address the dry spell in the northern part of the country.
I believe the shortage of maize is also due to excessive demand of maize where people from the north and other parts of the country come to Edra. I believe it is likely to increase in the next 2 weeks.
We urgently need government assistance, especially in addressing the depreciation of the cedi against currencies like the dollar and the CFA. We used to experience a significant increase in customer traffic due to the rising cost of maize, but now the narrative has changed.
Meanwhile, the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association has called on the government to lower high import duties on maize, allowing for more imports to help bridge the supply gap in the country.
In which the government can help is to at least minimize the duty that these importers have to pay on the maize and the soya bean that they bring. And in that way, they will help we, the feed millers, to also get it at a good rate. And when we get this maize and this soya at a good rate, what it also means is that the cost of our feed will also come down.
You heard the CEO of the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association, Isaac Ewusa, ending that report filed by Daniel Odro-Mensah. Moving on, co-chair of the Ghana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, Dr. Steve Mantiao, is calling for a relook at the government's proposed bill to merge the VRA and the Bui Power Authority. According to him, transparency dialogue is essential to avoid potential pitfalls that could harm the energy sector. His call comes as government is proposing the measure of VRA with We Power Authority, the combination of the ECG with the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, and the establishment of an independent thermal power authority. Speaking on the issue, Steve Mantiao noted that the government must ensure the best interest of the nation is prioritized.
Similar or complementary functions. The business case to be made for such a policy decision will be to enhance the asset value of the merged institutions, and it has a very positive effect on the balance sheet and therefore the ability of the entity to raise capital. The bigger your asset base, the more capital you are able to raise. I've personally not really understood the decision to break VRA into VRA and GridCo, because I thought in doing that you were weakening the asset base. That does not help in raising perhaps the adequate capital to finance capital investments, for which reason a lot of the times the state has to finance these capital investments. But the controversy emerging around this very decision for me.
Dr. Steve Mantiao is the co-chair of the Ghana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative. Now, Bank PLC has named Carl Selassie Asem as the substantive managing director of the bank. His appointment takes effect September 4, 2024 and has been approved by the Bank of Ghana. Mr. Asem, until his confirmation as managing director, was in an acting capacity following the appointment to the role on February 13 this year. He brings on board a wealth of experience and has played a key role in shaping the strategic direction of the bank, introducing innovation and reforms, and has been instrumental in its growth and success before joining the bank in 2022. Board Chair of Bank PLC, Joe Mensah, commenting on the appointment, noted that Mr. Asem is well equipped to lead Bank into its next phase of development with his proven expertise. Now, co-founder and board chair at Afrobarometer, Professor Emmanuel Jimabuedi, is advising developmental and donor partners to take a more proactive role in monitoring loans granted for infrastructural development. He argues that it is only through rigorous oversight that issues of pervasive cost overruns and bloated budgets in such contracts can completely be minimized. For him, the mismanagement of scarce financial resources continue to hinder economic growth and international partnerships. Professor Jima Bwedi warned that if the trend is not reversed, developing African countries, including Ghana, will continue to struggle with rising debt levels and fiscal deficits. He was speaking on the IMF's Africa Perspective Conversations in Washington, D.C.
Also a tendency to overprice infrastructure. So again, the same factor of misgovernance, where a needed infrastructure development project is taking place, but because of misgovernance, the markups are high and all kinds of percentages are added onto it, and badly designed bad contracts. The global community, the international community, has to be working both with governments and with domestic civil society and private sectors to address those issues. There was a time, as part of the reform of the Paris Agreement, where domestic civil society actors were consulted quite actively, sometimes brought into the same room where the finance minister and others were sort of talking about governance benchmarks that have been addressed, social protection programs that were agreed on, having delivered and so on. That was a better framework for doing country dialogue than what I see today, where there is civil society consultation, but that's outside of official corridors, and then all of their inputs may be taken, and then you guys go into closed doors.
Co-founder and board chair at Afrobarometer, Professor Emmanuel Jimabuedi, warning against the mismanagement of scarce financial resources in developing African countries, including Ghana. But before I go, let me take you to the Forex market, where the dollar is selling at 16 cedis 45 pesos, the British pound going for 21 cedis 30 pesos, and the euro going for 18 cedis 10 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and Access Bank. My name is Neela Tilati. Do have a good business day.
You see them. You see them every day in our communities, doing what they do best to make a difference in the lives of people. You see them. You see them bring positive transformation to the lives of people in the areas of education, health, and economic empowerment. While many will see them and turn their faces away, you see them. You see their efforts, and you know they're heroes who deserve to be celebrated. MTN Heroes of Change is setting out to unearth and to celebrate a new set of heroes. You can throw the light on the heroes you see in your community by nominating them to win 100,000 Ghana cedis and other prizes to help them expand their work. Just fill an online nomination form at mtn.com.gh or send a WhatsApp with a 1-minute video of your nominee's project on 055 141 1122. Deadline for nominations is 18th October 2024, so don't waste time. Nominate your hero now. MTN Heroes of Change. Be the change you wish to see.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
$7:15, Citi Breakfast Show. More voices rising against Galamsey, Christian Council, Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, mobile money operators, and an official of Ghana Health Service has given some very dire warnings about foods being produced in areas with mining of that kind going on. There's also an interesting case study from a country that I've received, how a community mobilized to stop the destruction of the environment. They said they preferred life over metals. It's a good case study we can learn from. But I also back on my road advocacy, and I'm so heartened this morning that a judge decided to speak about the darkness on our streets, no street lights, and how that's leading to many avoidable deaths and the cases that keep coming to a court. God bless this judge, right? My advocacy is on two things: street lights and road markings, road reflectors, street lights and road markings and road reflectors. Now, only this Monday, 8 people were killed near Mim. Now, if you go into the story, it's quite clear. If there was more visibility, they probably would still be living as we speak. So let's all join those two: Galamsey and poorly designed road infrastructure. Yeah, it's and for me, I think communities must begin to demand street lights and road markings from your assembly. And imagine, yesterday, the local government minister held a program to launch, what do you call it, a policy for local economic development. And 29 DCs decided they won't go. Hey, 29. Just said, there's no fear, CFO. DC, and this, you see, this DC is not even like they've voted for you, they've appointed you.
Yeah.
The regional minister is the head of the regional coordinating council. They've written letters to you that come and listen to policy on local economic development.
And so show up.
You didn't even write to say you
come. You didn't show up. The effrontery.
I mean, I think that Titus Glover should work with the local government minister and take action against the DCs. People are too comfortable in Ghana. People are too comfortable.
That is true, though.
That your minister is launching, unless they think the end Kosishe. Maybe they didn't go because this one is just talk shop. Hey,
just the paperwork.
Yeah.
Speak about it. It won't come to fruition. Nothing.
29 DCs. No. If they don't do something about it, it means they agree. It's terrible. All right, so all this is coming about. Gabi Ofe is here with Kickoff, and it's brought to us by Zonda. Call Zonda today, 050-177-2222. They have the best in bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, and all these heavy-duty trucks. They can also get you a truck or a pickup to help your business do better. They are located off the Tema Aplau Road. They have 7 branches across the country. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
Wednesday, September 11, 2024. Welcome aboard to Kickoff on 97.3. My name is Gabi Ofen. Let's get straight into the details. We're starting off with some politics this morning. And the chairman of the National Sports Authority and member of the MPP Manifesto Sports Committee, Seth Paum, has expressed strong confidence that the sports promises made by the new Patriotic Party will be fulfilled. That's if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is elected to lead the nation. Well, he believes this commitment will transform the current states of sports in Ghana and reshape the country's sporting landscape.
And this is the man who is championing this, who is professing these bold solutions, is somebody you can easily trust. Somebody, when you interact with him, you know that, yes, he has a big brain, he has big love, a desire to really serve selflessly for this country. He's not a corrupt person. He doesn't say what he cannot do. He says what is achievable and what he knows that given the mandate he will deliver on this to score. So we can do we can juxtapose these things, and vis-a-vis the drama, I want to say that our opponents are putting up there. I mean, this is serious times for Ghana. We need to give mandates to somebody who is really willing, desirous, and have a vision and a direction that he wants to take this country to. So, to our viewers, it is an appeal that let's give the opportunity to DMB. He has Ghanaians at heart. He has the development of our sports at heart, and he himself is a sportsman, and given the opportunity, line by line, whatever he has penciled and he will do, trust him, he will deliver on his mandate.
We stay with some more politics, and former Black Stars captain Asamoah Gyan has denounced his membership of the new Patriotic Party to focus on humanitarian work. In a statement posted to his social media on X, formerly Twitter, earlier this morning, Gyan said he has not been fair to the country's youth by being affiliated to a political party and will now be taking a step back from active politics to focus on independently contributing to empowering the youth of Ghana through the Asamoah Gyan Foundation. And back in February, just weeks after Gyan was spotted at the MPP presidential candidate and Vice President Dr. Bawumia's campaign launch, Gyan was named chairman of the Bawumia's Youth and Sports Manifesto Subcommittee. So Asamoah Gyan says he's taking a step back to focus on his foundation. He's got the all regional games that will be coming up in a bit. Let's head to Spain, and FC Barcelona's junior team, Barca Athletic, have unveiled its latest transfer additions, including Ghanaian duo David Odro and Abdul Aziz Issa. Now, the duo and Ivan Cedric were introduced in Barca's kits at the Johan Cruyff Stadium, and the trio was given a tour of the facility. Now, City Sports can confirm that all 3 players have successfully passed their medicals and are in line to suit up for Albert Sanchez's side in the coming days. But let's hear from Daniel Drew speaking about who he looks up to after joining Barca Athletic.
My role model is Alejandro Baldi, so I always look up to him because I want to learn a few things from him. Yeah.
From Alejandro Baldi?
Yeah, Barcelona.
And the way things are going, if you go to Barcelona and you play well, you might take his position.
I want to compete with him.
How does it feel knowing that you may, if things go according to plan that you want, you might compete with your role model?
How does it feel?
Yeah, how does it feel?
It will be a great feeling because I've always watched him play and I admire him a lot, so it will be a great feeling for me.
All right, so that's Daniel Odro speaking, David Odro rather, not Daniel Odro, David Odro speaking to Sporty TV's Gary Alsmith. Well, away from that, former Ghana Under-17 coach Lai Kinson has accepted a new coaching position at RPS Academies in the United States. He will contribute to developing young football talents alongside a team of coaches at the multi-sport academies located in St. Lucie, Florida. In some women's football, Chief Executive Officer of Azakes Ladies, Evelyn Insiaksari, is calling for the provision of accessible financial support for clubs that compete in the CAF Interclub tournament. Insiam made this appeal during a meeting with President Nana Akufo-Addo at the Jubilee House yesterday. And the meeting followed Azakes Ladies' participation in the CAF Women's WAFU B qualifiers, where the team was unable to secure spot in the upcoming CAF Women's Champions League.
If it's possible and there can be a fund. Once you introduce the YEA, it was very helpful to us. Even though we didn't win the cup, but we also incurred debts. We are still, as we sit here, we are still servicing the debt that we had in 2021 because of the COVID. CAF tournament, they will give you a number of players to come, 21 players, but they will ask you if you want to add 6. That will be at your own expense. They don't take care of management. They take care of the technical team and the players. So we went there, we were renting hotels for our players. They were there, but they were not able to play. So we have so much that we have to pay. So Your Excellency, this afternoon, we are here to beg so that you support us something small. And then clearly there should be a fund so that anytime any team, be it Azakes, being it Pembakwa or any of the 20 premier teams, when we win the league and we are representing Africa, then the fund is there for us to access.
All right, so now let's get to the CAF AFCON 2025 qualifiers results from yesterday's games. Well, Zambia beat Sierra Leone by 3-2. Chad lost to Ivory Coast by 2-0. Cape Verde beat Mauritania by 2-0. Burkina Faso 3, Malawi 1. Benin beat Libya by 2-1. Zimbabwe held Cameroon to a goalless draw. And Algeria beat Liberia by 3-0. So, match day 1 and match day 2 of the 2025 AFCON qualifiers coming to an end. The qualifiers will return later next month. And for the Black Stars, they will take on Sudan back-to-back. First game here in Kumasi and then at the next game in Sudan. Let's get to the Nations League now.
Here's Noni Madueke. He'll take the return. Space. Lovely ball. 2-0. Harry Kane. Created by the debutant, Noni Madueke.
All right, so England captain Harry Kane celebrated his 100th cup in style with 2 spectacular goals as Finland were beaten in the UEFA Nations League at Wembley. Kane received a golden cap before kickoff to mark the occasion and wore golden boots, which he used in style to break down a stubborn Finland side. Here's the man of the match, Harry Kane.
Yeah, for sure. It was a big night for me, and obviously really proud to reach the 100 caps. And there was obviously a lot of talk about it. So you know what I'm like. I want to score goals. I want to help the team. So it's great to be able to do that today.
Where do you place tonight in your career? That 100th cap, you've been under scrutiny. Has that scrutiny sharpened the edge a bit?
I think so. I think, whenever you're, doubted throughout your career, it makes you more hungry and determined to prove people wrong and prove to yourself that, you can still play at a high level. And
you know, I always back myself to score goals, especially in a team like this, creating the chances we do. So, yeah, I'm excited for the future.
All right, excited for the future. That's the man, England captain Harry Kane, speaking there. Well, some of the results from the Nations League: Netherlands and Germany played out a 2-2 draw at the Johan Cruyff Arena. Brazil and Argentina were both defeated in their latest qualifying matches for the 2026 World Cup. Brazil were beaten 1-0 away to Paraguay, their 4th defeat in their last 5 World Cup qualifiers. Not the best of results for Brazil. That's the sports this morning. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports GH. We'll be back later at 5 p.m. with Sports Flash on the Traffic Avenue. My name is Gabby Offer. Kickoff was proudly brought to you by Shell, Lashelle, and Zonda GH. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see, no, he go buy motorbike too.
Hey, but you don't see since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. He don't maintain bikes at all.
His problem be say he dey put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch and brake. Where he no. Wait me wallahi, I no go tell him. Shell. Hey, well, but wait, where you go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey,
visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now? I just got awarded the deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, poor pickups, 4 land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sales service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office? Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off the Aflao Road. Call 0501-772-222 or 0501-773-333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The health and nutrition segment is next and is proudly brought to you by Sankofa Natural Spices.
Welcome back to Health Secrets with me, Dr. Simi, brought to you by Sankofa Natural Spices. Garlic and ginger are natural spices found in Ghana. They are used commonly in our localities. Garlic and ginger can help reduce blood pressure, improve hormonal balance, reduce inflammatory conditions, help to regulate sleep when taken the right way. Garlic and ginger can help to alleviate migraines and prevent development of some chronic conditions. When migraines are associated with inability to talk, please rush to the nearest facility. Garlic and ginger in the powder form are found in the garlic ginger powder of the Sankofa Natural Spices.
Sankofa Natural Spices are made in Ghana with only natural ingredients with your health in mind. DDE.
The health and nutrition segment was brought to you by Sankofa Natural Spices.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Join the Republic Verse. Enter the Republic Bank space. Online or within the banking hall, we open the right doors for you to make the most of life. With our suite of superb banking products and services, our clients, corporate, SME, investments, and individuals get to enjoy amazing benefits. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're the one for you.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms. So invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
We started with a vision of a future where innovation is at the forefront of business operations in Ghana. We saw a world where technology is no longer just a tool, but a seamless extension of our lives, making business processes easier, faster, and more efficient. 10 years later, over 3,000 successfully implemented solutions to customers across Ghana and Africa. Tennessee has solidified her spot as the leading IT solution company in Africa. It is indeed beyond our dreams. We celebrate 10 years of tenacity, mastery, and leadership. Happy 10th anniversary to Tennessee Professional Services.
Orca Decor is having a big rush sale. Enjoy 15% off all furniture. Don't miss out on this limited time offer to upgrade your home with our new arrivals. Hurry in to Orca Decor showrooms today and save big.
Beyond every boardroom is a story waiting to be written. A story of a business and its potential, of a community that thrives, a hospital that serves, and energy that powers millions of dreams. It's a story that only gets better with a partner that has the expertise and solutions to make it a reality. At Absa Corporate and Investment Banking, we are invested in your story, and we invite you to write it with us because your story matters. Absa. Authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
7:38 Citi Breakfast Show. You heard City Business News at 7, brought to you by MTN. They say the third time is a charm, but MTN has proven that the fifth time is a phenomenon. MTN wants you to know that the congratulations go to each and every one of us whose relentless spirit and drive helped us secure our fifth consecutive CIMG Telecommunications Hall of Fame title and the coveted Marketing Organization of the Year honors for 2024. Round of applause to MTN and amazing yellow family. Go big when you go blue. Ghana, are you ready for up to 30% discount? From 26th August to 21st September, Samsung is going all out in the Samsung Blue Tag sale. Everything with a blue tag gets a reduced price tag from the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra all the way to the A05. Nothing is off limits. Visit any Samsung shop nationwide. Terms and conditions apply. And if you're ready for every moment to count, or if you're ready to make every moment count, from the simple pleasures of treating yourself to unforgettable weekend getaways or a special surprise for someone you love, Stanbic cards are there for those fulfilling moments. They make you go like, yes. Talk to Stanbic on 0302-815-789 or visit us at Stanbic Bank GH or stanbicbank.com.gh is where you should visit online for more information. And as the city of Accra gets filled with property development, Lakeside Estates is offering you a refuge. 2, 3, and 4 bedroom homes developed in a serene environment, including sports complex, pharmacy, shopping mall, children's play area, etc. As your CIMG Real Estate Company of the Year, we want to journey with you to secure your retirement lifetime home of comfort. Go to lakesideestate.com online to check out some of our properties or call 0204 775 040. September 11 was a very innocent day until the year 2021. So this day, 2001 rather. Yeah. So now, when somebody's born on 9/11, like, well, there are people who celebrate their birthday today. So let me just read a few of them. A happy birthday to Ni Roland Nana Kojoyamo, thanking the Almighty for adding another year to your life. Coming in from Auntie Joe Mama and the family. Happy birthday to her ladyship, the Chief Justice of the Republic, as by law established.
Yes, sir.
Gertrude Saki Tokonu. Yeah. Coming in from multiple channels, including your dear friend at UPSA, Madam Osai, but from all of us here as well. CJ, her ladyship, Justice Gertrude of Wesley Girls. The Wesley Girls, they produce more CJs.
Oh, she went to Delhi.
All of them, Charlie.
I see.
It's like they have a special hall for
yeah, it's true, because I think
plenty, all of them.
Sophia Kufutu went to Delhi.
The women in that area.
I don't know, Georgina Wood too.
They are all good. They people so Charlie.
In the governance.
In the governance of CJ. No? So Justice Gertrude Saki Tokono, happy birthday to you. A few more coming in this morning. 9/11, what a day. What a day to be born. Anyway, they were born before the people did their terrorism things, so we cannot say too much about that.
So, for example, Dr. KK Sapon.
Look at that.
Today is his 70th birthday.
Look at that.
He's the Chancellor of the University of Professional Studies.
Look at that.
So the governing council.
Yeah,
Dr. KK Sapon, the governing council of UPSA, management, staff, faculty, students, everyone is wishing him a very, very happy and blessed 70th birthday.
Happy birthday to my grandma, Patience Afua Kwasiga. She turns 82 today. Wow. She is the former DDNS of Eastern Region. Wow. We pray for more strength and long life from Ian Gavivina. Gavivina Okujeto. If this is what it means, I like it.
Gavivina. It's true.
To Madam Patience Efua Kwashigan, you're 82 years old today. Happy birthday. A few more coming in on the show this morning.
Yes, Mr. Franklin Benner.
Okay.
Fairlane Insurance.
All right.
Big man.
Happy birthday to him.
Yes, sir.
Fairlane Insurance Brokers.
Yeah, man.
Happy birthday to one of our listeners, Dennis Kali. Listens to us from La Dade Kotoko.
Wonderful.
A regular listener. To Mrs. Faustina Echa Che of the Ministry of Energy. The WM President of Redemption Center AG. I guess that's Women's Ministry. President of Redemption Center AG. More success to you and the family. This is from Abraham Lincoln of ECG Koforidua.
Nice.
Abraham Lincoln, a long-term listener of the Citi Breakfast Show, wishing Mrs. Faustina Echa Che of the Ministry of Energy and the Women's Ministry President of Redemption Center AG. Also, happy birthday to my son, Abi Rose of Unique FM. Happy birthday to you, Patrick, coming in from presumably your mother. And to Gloria Amma Migboji of Financial Advisory Department, Deloitte, from your country managing partner, Daniel Kwejo Owusu.
And kindly wish my friend Aisha Alidu, CEO of the Aisha Bakery at Lashibi, a happy birthday. This is coming from her friend Jojo.
And finally to Deputy Superintendent Nana Safwa Boating, Kotoka International Airport. So Kelly, I have a question for you.
Yes, please.
Since the revamped Galamsey advocacy,
yes,
which organizations have spoken against? I think it was the GMA who started, right?
Yes.
So there's GMA.
Yes.
Who else has come out
They
against?
came together with the Ghana Registered Nurses Midwives Association. So that came through. Utah came in strongly as well. Then we've had the peasant farmers join the calls. So peasant farmers are here. The MUMU, Mobile Money Advocacy Group, have joined in as well. So Mobile Money, GMA, UTAG, peasant farmers. Now, the Ghana Mine Workers Union have also joined the fray. They made a call. I think they've granted, so some have granted interviews here and there. We've heard some interviews, but I've also heard Christian Council make some pronouncements on the.
So let's hear from the peasant farmers briefly on why they are raising an alarm on what they call a food crisis, a food and nutrition crisis if Galamsey is not swiftly addressed. Executive Director of the Association, Bismarck Osunote, has been speaking to Citi News.
The situation is bad than we even thought. There's been a lot of discussions regarding the destruction of our environment and then the water bodies. But I think that a lot of us have lost sight of the effects on our food. Now, when as farmers there are several factors that we need for our work. The issue of land is critical, the issue of labor, the issue of water. Now, for years now, we've lost several of our farmlands to the activities of illegal miners. So we have a lot of farmlands that have been taken over by Galamseyers. There are others that they actually offer fees to farmers to take over their lands. And instances where farmers disagree, they find other crew statics to take over their lands. Aside the lands that we've lost, which is estimated to be over 1.2 million hectares, we are also losing our water bodies that we use for the cultivating of our farms. Indeed, apart from the river bodies that we all know have been polluted, there are several irrigation facilities that we also use, which have all been polluted to the extent that we can't use them for our grains or our farms. On top of that is that, if you look at our data on farming, you see that a lot of farmers are farmers who are about the age of 55. So you would expect that our youth will also be interested to take over the farming. But it appears that we've also lost all these youth to the Galamsey ministry. So we are losing our farmlands, we are losing our water bodies, we are losing the youth on top of that. Now, these three things that we are losing is going to account for us to have consistent milk production, because there's definitely no way we can produce a lot more when we're losing this. Now, the scariest part of this is that aside it affecting the quality of productivity, we're also going to affect the quality of the food that we have been producing. Because a lot of the soils too that we use to do our farming has been contaminated or proven polluted by these chemicals that the people use. So the effects on our food security in terms of availability and affordability of food is going to be very, very devastating. On top of that is the effect even on the quality of the food that we'll be producing for Ghanaians to eat. So it's a double-edged sword that is hitting us very hard, and that's why we have joined calls that some drastic action needs to be taken. If not, it doesn't look good for us when it comes to issues of our food and nutrition security. We've received several calls from our members across the country who are willing to embark on several actions to ensure that government takes a position. So for now, what we want to do immediately is to join the call to ensure that there's a complete ban on small-scale mining. And we have our own timelines. Based on that timeline, if we don't see any proactive actions by government, I'm sure that you'll hear from farmers across the country regarding what they want to do to ensure that we stop this menace of Galamsey.
So the Peasant Farmers Association have added their voice to numerous calls for drastic action to stop the menace that's destroying our lands and water bodies. The Ghana Health Service is raising concerns about the severe impact of illegal mining activities on crops cultivated in mining areas. According to the service, this menace could negatively affect the health of many people in the near future if it is not kept. In a media interview after a policy dialogue on food security, child hunger and malnutrition, Veronica Corte, the national coordinator of the Micronutrient Deficiency Control Department of the Ghana Health Service, called on various authorities to immediately address the issue of illegal mining.
Nutrition is the foundation of health, because the food we eat defines who we are. If a child will grow very well into a good productive adult, it depends on the food that the child eats from infancy. In fact, before the child is even born, up to the time the child grows. It determines how intellectual the child is going to be, how the child is able to perform in school, and when the child grows, how the child is going to be economically and productive. The destruction of our forests, of our farmlands, of our waters, when it comes to Galamsey, is of great concern, because food is grown on land and soil. So if the farmlands are destroyed, it means that we are not able to grow enough food because the farmlands will not be there. The water bodies are being destroyed. Once we destroy our forests and destroy our water bodies, it will also affect climate, and therefore rainfall patterns will be changed. And we know that in Ghana we depend on rainfall for cultivation of our crops, and so then it will affect crop cultivation and then the availability of food. Secondly, the chemicals that are released into these water bodies and into the soil as a result of Galamsey can also leach into some of the foods. And even though we may not have immediate effect of these chemicals, as in future, these chemicals can result in some health issues, including cancers and birth defects and others. So, Galamsey should be tackled holistically. We should look at how we are going to educate people and provide alternative livelihoods so that people will move away from Galamsey. There should be policies that determines how Galamsey should be done safely, if it should be done at all. Because the way it is being done now is causing a lot more distraction, for me, in my opinion, than good.
Thank you. Your name again?
I'm Veronica Corte from the Nutrition Department of Ghana Health Service.
Galamsey, we are killing Galamsey. Let's stop Galamsey now. Galamsey, we are killing Galamsey. This rap is too priceless. Rap, a problem in Ghana abounds. The deviants are gaining grounds, polluting our waters with mercury and river. affecting our rivers.
The list is growing longer. We just heard so let me just be clear. This is Veronica Corte, who's the National Coordinator of the Micronutrient Deficiency Control Program. Yeah. So she's not doing like agitation. She's basically telling you what the science says, and that it's affecting the health of many people in the future because of the effects on food. Yeah. So she's speaking on a different fund. Let me take you to Christian Council now.
Yes, please.
The council has added its voice to calls for immediate and drastic action against Galamsey. General Secretary Reverend Cyril Fayose has been speaking on the matter.
But I think there should be a total ban, at least, if not a total ban, a moratorium for some time, so that we sit back and think about how to proceed. There are two ways to proceed. One is a total ban on small-scale mining, so that no one is allowed small-scale mining, just as we don't allow anyone to mine in water bodies. But the other thing is, if we cannot do a total ban on small-scale mining, at least the small-scale mining companies must be community-owned.
Galamsey, we are killing Galamsey now. Galamsey, let's stop Galamsey.
All right, that was a shortish one. Reverend Silfai speaking there. Let me bring you another one. The Mobile Money Advocacy Group have been talking. They are asking the government to declare a state of emergency to stop this menace. The group's National Secretary, Kingsley Amakwanta, stressed the need for immediate action and outlined additional demands from the group to address the issue.
From our point of view as a mobile money advocacy group, we think that this illegal mining is more or less the national security issues, in a sense that the way our water bodies are being polluted, the way our lands are being degraded, the way our farms are being destroyed. And then people, in fact, not our members alone, people or our customers who are supposed to be alive for us to run business are suffering from this polluted water or polluted water bodies. Now, we all know that because of the pollution of our water bodies, Ghana Water is unable to provide or produce the quantity of water that the nation actually needs. There are a whole lot that this Galamsey thing is bringing on our economy and the nation as a whole. So we are saying that the government should set up, the government should, as a matter of urgency, even declare a state of emergency on all these areas where these Galamsey activities are going. These chamfans on our water bodies, chemicals being polluted, are used to pollute our water, be stopped. And we think that the LI that mandate the forest areas to be used as mining zones be revoked as soon as possible. And then laws, in fact, the laws that the state have with regards to the environment and all those things should actually be strengthened to make sure those Galamsey activity will be nipped to the bud. Other than that, we think it's going to affect us. Now, in some cases, in some areas where those Galamsey activities are going on, when the environment or the area is depleted, sometimes you see that the boys or the guys around may not even have any work to do afterwards, after destroying those areas. And we feel that these people, Galamsey, who are doing this Galamsey, most of them are armed because they know the police or the military will attack on them. So most of them are armed. So in a case where their activity is seized, where probably they are destroying the environment, these people with the arms or with the guns tend to rob. And we think our association, our group, as mobile money agents, we are also at risk. Because if these people are not working and they have arms with them, they will tend to attack us to seize our monies or kill us and those things. That, as we all know, these things are happening in our country. That's why we also try to tell the government or the president in power to set up and declare a sense of emergency
The quality no longer matters. You see, the future with judges, our children, my cases.
2 minutes to 8. We are here, myself, Bernard, Caleb, Nathan, and Samens, and it looks like it's building up.
Yeah.
It's building up. So just give me a roll call so far of how many people or organizations have made definite statements about Galamsey, and who else is left?
Great. So Bernard, we have GMA, Ghana Medical Association.
This was last week.
Yes, last week. They probably are the pace setters together with the
reignited the Galamsey conversation.
And the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, GRNMA. We have the Ghana Bar Association, GBA.
The president
made
spoke
a very
at the bar conference.
That's correct.
On Galamsey.
You have UTAG releasing a statement threatening
signed by
to go
all
on nationwide
10
strike.
UTAG presidents.
Yes.
So that's number 4.
You have the Mobile Money Association of Ghana.
That's 5.
They released theirs yesterday. They are threatening to cease serving the public if the government does not do anything. So imagine that you cannot do any mobile money transaction because of the illegal.
We heard them just in that voice clip. So that's the 5th group.
There is Spring Park. We are seeing Spring Park now.
Okay, what are Spring Park saying?
This Spring Park has a statement that we have a copy of.
By the way, Spring Park is the private newspaper Association of Ghana.
Yes.
Spring Park.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So they have sent a statement.
Yes, they've sent a statement
What
that
are
we
they
have
saying?
a copy of. Please give me
just highlights,
yes,
not the full statement.
I would
okay, let me find the statement for you. Clearly, you are confused.
But I mean, what is clear is that a lot more voices are being heard.
So Primpa condemns environmental destruction caused by Galamsey activities and rallies members to support efforts to halt the menace.
Yes.
This is the topic, and it's signed by Andrew Edwin Arthur.
That's right.
Who is the president?
Yes.
And the vice, the organizing secretary, executive secretary, all there. I think the highlights in terms of what they are calling, as part of Primpak's commitment to the cause against Galamsey, we are encouraging all our members to expose individuals and groups who are complicit in these illegal activities, and we are urging our members to publish the names and pictures of those individuals in Galamsey on the front pages of their newspapers, and to give the prominence on the news websites holding these social miscreants and deviants accountable to the public. So this is in essence part of what they are. So Primpak is the 6th group. Who else has spoken?
Naming and shaming. Yes. We are looking forward to PFAG.
That's the peasant farmers. They also spoke yesterday on Eyewitness News, and they are talking about a health, food and nutritional crisis that will be occasioned by Galamsey. We played the audio earlier this morning. So that's number 6.
So essentially we have about 8 of
8
them.
groups already.
Yeah, so there's
GMA,
UTAG,
GRNMA, UTAG.
There's the Mine Workers Union.
As well. They also spoke a couple of days ago.
GMUW.
So that's about 8 groups. Now, who else is expected to speak today?
We are looking forward to TUC. TUC has told us that the organized labor, they are going to hold an emergency organized labor meeting. There's going to be a press conference today at 10 a.m. Okay. This is happening at the TUC conference room, 2nd floor at the Hall of Trade Unions in Accra.
What's the topic for the
press conference? The topic is on illegal mining.
Good.
Agenda, press conference on the illegal mining, quote unquote, Galamsey menace.
Wonderful. So TUC is holding a press conference today. There's another press conference as well.
That is the media coalition against Galamsey.
All right.
This is happening on the 11th.
Which is today as well?
Yes, at the Ghana International Press Center between 10:30 and 12 p.m.
Wow.
It's a crucial opportunity to expose the great threat posed by Galamsey, which is tearing apart the very fabric of our society, eroding our values, putting our lives at risk, and endangering our future well-being. For far too long, our beautiful country has been under siege by the destructive forces of illegal mining.
So we have about 9 groups who have issued statements, and another 2 are organizing press conferences today. How encouraging is that for you to hear that GBA, GMA, GRNMA, UTAG, everybody, and now TUC and the rest are also organizing a press conference today?
Oh, very instructive. Very, very, very instructive. And it changes the course of the conversation, if you like.
Thank you.
Because hitherto we had media leading the charge, and then the politicians took over and shipwrecked, and then we had to go a full cycle. And within that cycle, we saw worsening situation with the issue of illegal mining and the degree of environmental degradation we have never experienced before, which has now tripped into agriculture, tripped into health, tripped into safety, and all sorts of things. Really, just a cursory look at the situation tells you that it's gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
And so if 4, 5, 6 years ago we needed a solution through the Ministry of Lands, today we need a solution in an intersectorial manner between the Ministry of Lands, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Environment, the Health Ministry, and and then more importantly, Cabinet.
Okay.
Because how curious would it be if all these labor associations and organizations have spoken and we are yet to hear from Cabinet?
Serious.
If Cabinet does not speak, it indicates that there's a leadership vacuum.
Yeah.
Because you see, the strength of your leadership is better defined in times of crisis. Unless they don't see where we are as a crisis situation.
Very important.
And that would be very sad. I mean, Bernard, I don't know how many times I have to say this. I still have pictures of the Achim Assume revolt. It was all over the place yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. The Achim Assume, where the youth of the town took it upon themselves to ransack every mining company in the place and sack everybody from the village. About 11 small-scale mining companies have been thrown out of Achim Assume, and not under the instruction of local government ministry or anybody. The chief of the town just said, all the youth, come, let's go after these guys. The people ran and left their machines. Okay? This is the kind of chaos that is controlled because they had a chief who led
Imagine places where there's nothing like this. We'll come back to this. Time check, 5 minutes past 8.
People to come to this country in
Tech and social media trends is next. Is brought to us by...
It's brought to us by First Bank Ghana and Telecel. First Bank Ghana is doing amazing things with the children. If they are 12 and below, sign them up on the Kids First account. If they are 13 to 17, open the Me First account. Deposit an initial amount of 300 Ghana cedis and you apply for the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program. There are exciting essay competitions with attractive cash prizes. Find out more about the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program. Call 0596 921 921. Email firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com for more information. First Bank Ghana, you first. And then something exciting is happening with entrepreneurs in Telesales SME month. They are doing the Red Loyalty for business, and then also engaging women in business webinars as well. Exclusive gifts such as phone rewards for new sign-ups, 50% discounts on bills, shopping and group lunch vouchers, 50% cash back to merchants. All you have to do is to get involved. Here's the number to call: 0302 334 040. Visit them www.telecel.com.gh for more information.
All right, so what's trending this morning? Nathan Kwa will tell us the trends for the day. Help me do that.
Yeah, let's get into the trends. So the names: Donald J. Trump, Harris, #debate 2024, all of that trending. This is following last night's debate between Kamala Harris, U.S. Vice President, and Donald John Trump, who is the Republican Party's presidential candidate.
I like the way you pronounce the name. Kamala
Harris.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yes, that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris.
It's a big mouth. It's not Kamala.
No, it's Kamala Harris. I heard her granddaughter.
she.
I heard her granddaughter.
So what are the trends saying?
Well, I mean, people are commenting. So Harris is featuring in a lot of the posts. So some of them.
Who is winning the online debate?
Who's winning the online debate? Well, it looks like Kamala Harris is getting a lot of positive reviews following the debate. And lots of the watchers believe that she was a far more formidable opponent to Donald Trump than Joe Biden was when they met a few months ago. So that
Biden thing was cruelty to animals. Allowing him to do that debate, whoever put him on that stage should be jailed.
Well, I think he woke up to reason eventually and walked away. Anyway, to some other trends, this one sport related. Brazil is trending. Why? They lost to Paraguay in the World Cup qualifiers. Paraguay's first win over Brazil since 2008. And
So
people are
should we let the Black Stars relax?
Charlie, people are concerned that this Brazil team, some way, they are saying that the quality in there, something is just not working. Anyway, and then Asamoah Gyan is trending.
Yeah.
Asamoah Gyan has released a statement.
Which is confusing everybody.
Yes, he's saying that he's walking away from politics.
And that he's for everybody.
He's for everybody. He says he has let down the youth of the country. And he wants to focus more on doing humanitarian work.
And he wasn't explicit in saying that he's leaving. He was announced as one of the manifesto leads for Baumia on sports. So this statement he puts out is leading to more conversation. Because he hasn't explicitly said, I'm resigning.
Okay, let me just read two paragraphs. He says, as a proud Ghanaian, deeply connected to our people, I feel a strong responsibility to give back to the community that shaped me.
Good.
Football has taken me to the world's biggest stages, but it's the values I learned here, resilience, discipline, and unity that have made me who I am. My vision is to empower the youth of Ghana and Africa through sports and philanthropy. This is not about politics. I'm fully independent from political influence. This is about our children, our communities, and our continent. Together, with the support of international organizations, royal families, and philanthropic partners, we can create lasting change that empowers our youth to build the future.
But he hasn't explicitly said.
So
it's it's still hanging anyway.
Maybe
we'll call it.
There's nothing hanging. The man say he won't do politics again. It's just what it is.
He said this is not about.
So this is the statement. Now this is the statement. Let me read the tweet. There's a post so he says, I haven't been fair to the youth and people of Ghana. Henceforth, I am not affiliated to any political party.
Yeah. Thank you. I didn't hear that. Henceforth.
Yeah. Okay. I read it.
So that's the
tweet.
Tweet and then the statement which I read. So Asamoah Gyan is also trending and he's high up on the
We need him to even score goals for the Black Stars. Where the team has reached. So he should come back and do what he's doing.
All right. So some tech news quickly. And on Monday, Apple released the newest one, iPhone 16, and they revealed that its hand. The iPhone 16, which had a camera button out on the outside of the handset, so it's the first one, And
yesterday, I wanted a phone, so I called on money. When they mentioned the price of the phone,
you quietly realized that.
I said Inga Aishi, and the money said no, I shouldn't worry.
Charlie. So Apple said the new phone.
When they add a new number to the phone, that's another 1,000 CDs. So maybe they say iPhone 16.
Yeah, so it's 16,000.
Then they add another one, 17,000.
Anyway, so they said the new phones will come with longer lasting batteries, more powerful chips, enhanced privacy features, and then these features were built to specifically handle AI and the new Apple intelligence tools.
A good yam, that can do the work. Because when the thing has reached, hey, Charlie, they mentioned the price of the phone. It's okay. So this is iPhone what?
16.
They should continue. By the time iPhone will overtake your age. But now iPhone is 16 years. By the time you
always find a way because they think.
Charlie.
They think before they come out.
They are worrying us.
They are not worried.
We use a phone small.
They can't deny you of your ability to choose.
So you will have to make a choice.
Yeah.
Do you want it or not?
And I have always made my choice. That I will not
you won't be swayed by that.
Never.
That Apple thing.
No way. No way.
And Android and Echo.
Android
for life.
I mean,
so you've never owned an iPhone?
The last time I owned one, I gave it to Mo Shatta immediately. Somebody gave it to me, and I took it with my right hand and used the left to give it to Mo Shatta.
You've not bought into the hype?
No.
So you don't have a MacBook?
I studied computer science. You can't trick me with these things. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that
you buy this one.
Whatever I want to do for the laptop, the IBM will do it for me.
So you won't buy a MacBook?
I don't have to. I do not have to. All I'm saying is that because, frankly, how many people have iPhones that even in Ghana that use even 20% of what the iPhone
Let me
can
say
do?
something. When they dash it to you, now put me in the list. So when they dash you one, just look at me first.
Okay, but I mean, if you use it, which is fair, but I just say in all humility that there's not a single thing that this my Samsung cannot do that your iPhone can do.
When
Not
they give,
one.
When they give you the iPhone,
Can you airdrop? I want to airdrop you some videos.
What's airdrop? That's an iPhone terminology.
So
that's airdrop.
That's sharing.
No, the sharing.
But
Now talk about Android shares, of course.
Do you have Android drop?
It's shares. It's shares. Equally
We
shares.
are Gen Z people.
No, I am Gen Y. Gen Y.
So you, Charlie, I'm going to drop your money.
I mean, when I was living in the UK, you know, at times when they are going to drop the thing and they are now
stand there.
But 5 a.m. people are queuing,
Charlie?
and you see long queues,
The whole
and then they are in their hood, a long queue. What are they? And you know the Kodak is inside. They are just going to walk inside the shop. Woman who.
Looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we say to bank be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking, it's in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Kind of way, tell you so the more money promo nabo.
Everybody likes money, but what do we like more than money? More money! Join the Telecel More Money promo and win money, more money, and even more money. Simply opt in for free and reload your mobile and broadband and be the lucky winner of the 1 million Ghana cedis grand prize. Also win cash prizes of up to 3 million Ghana cedis in the daily and weekly draw. Opt in for free by dialing *500# or send WIN to 500, or you can opt in on the Telecel Play app. The more you reload, the higher chances of winning in the Telecel More Money promo. Keep loading, win, and be a millionaire.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi 97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi 973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi 973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Get ready for the ultimate battle of business minds at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. Join us for a day of intense competition, team building, and networking as companies go head to head in the various challenges to prove their skills and expertise. From traditional sports like 7-a-side football, basketball, sack race, and volleyball to unique challenges like tug of war and arm wrestling, there's no shortage of excitement and adrenaline pumping action. Don't miss out on this exciting event that will test your business acumen and athletic skills on the field. Date Saturday 28th September 2024. Venue Eden Heights Sports Complex, Wager. Time 8 a.m. Call 0558 973 973 for details on how you can participate and showcase your company's talents at the Citi Business Olympics 2024. 2024. Get ready to compete, collaborate, and conquer. The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Beaver Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, experts in shipping logistics, and Losati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist Limited.
Bosu, long time.
Yeah. Hey, go and say mu yen yo mu. Before na land in mu bi wa.
Oh, go Super XP. Tregu Gold Station bebre mu bosu.
Oh, fantastic. Super XP.
Quality. Super. Go Super XP. Bosu, ube feel.
I like that.
Goil Super XP. Quality fuel that brings you choice and takes you further. Ideal for most vehicles and fortified with special additives to help your engine perform better and consume less. It's available in many Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP. Woo feel ya. Ha? Woo me feel. Goil. Good energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
From small villages to big cities across Ghana, healthcare businesses have goals. Goals to provide better care with better equipment, to expand and better serve more communities, to build better medical labs, better clinics, and bring better healthcare to more people. Goals to help people get better. EcoBank provides your healthcare business with working capital through the EcoBank Merchant Cash Advance. EcoBank's range of bespoke asset finance solutions make buying medical equipment, expanding pharmacies and labs effortless. It's a better way to a healthier Ghana. Open an EcoBank account for a healthcare business now. Contact EcoBank via 0800-003-225 toll free or businessassist@ecobank.com for more. A better way, a better Africa. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hey, my friend, let us walk quickly and get away from this dog. Oh.
Indeed, we should. Amadu's dog can be wild sometimes. You know what? It is safer to walk away from it.
Hey, this dog won't stop barking at us. Oh. It's even getting closer. Who knows if it has rabies or not? That dangerous disease.
Wait, gentlemen. Our dog is in chains and would not come near you. My husband ensures Bingo, our dog, is vaccinated annually to prevent rabies.
Rabies is a disease that can cause severe illness and death among animals and humans. Rabies is spread through the saliva of a dog or a cat that has the rabies virus when that animal bites or scratches someone or another animal. Vaccinate your dogs and cats every year to protect them from rabies and keep them healthy. Remember, no bites, no scratch, no rabies. Vaccinate your dogs and cats every year. For further information, please contact your nearest health facility. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Health Service, Veterinary Services, USAID, and partners. Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. Educata Ghana is here again. Ghana's leading exhibition and idea factory has put together an insightful and interactive exhibition and conference with an involving panel discussion, on-site trainings, and a job expo. Come and explore trends and network with relevant Ghanaian and German educational and industry players. At Educata Ghana 2024, you get to learn more about educational, apprenticeship, and employment opportunities in Ghana and in Germany. Date, September 16th and 17th, 2024. Time, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Location, Kofi Ohene Konedu Auditorium, University of Professional Studies, Accra. Don't miss out on Educata Ghana 2024. To register, visit educataghana.com/register. Attendance is free. Organizers, Delegation of German Industry and Commerce in Ghana, German Sparkassen Stiftung Western Africa. Sponsors, Ghana European Center, Siemens Stiftung, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, Ghana NRW University Alliance. See you there.
Hey, we see you specking your car,
taking that trip, chilling on the beach. Charlie, now we want to see this become your story. Simply use your ABSA card 10 times or more, and you'll be entered into a monthly draw where you stand the chance to be among 5 lucky winners to take home 40,000 Ghana cedis. The more you use your card, the more entries you'll receive. Earn an extra entry by using the ABSA app or internet banking 5 times or more. No ABSA card? Don't worry. Visit the nearest branch for an ABSA account or card today and make winning part of your story. Promotion is between 1st July and 31st October. This promotion is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Come to justice, Mr. Sluggard. May that chat to you.
Sit down lazy every day like your partner. You think I saw? So tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard.
Tell me where you get your bread each day and night.
Tell me where you get your bread, Mr. Sluggard.
Tell me where you get your bread each time. Have you ever worked a forklift? Hustling day and night on the wharf. Have you ever worked a taxi?
A question. Tell me where you get your bread,
Radio station.
Mr. Sluggard.
It's not easy at all.
Now, are you in final year of high school? Are you a graduate or student with big dreams of studying abroad?
Sister.
You want to further education overseas? IDP Education Ghana is giving you the opportunity of a lifetime. Transform your academic aspirations and career ambitions into the IDP Study World Expo. Meet with reps from over 50 top universities in Canada, the US, Australia, and the UK for free. It's the 12th of October at Mavenpick Ambassador Hotel, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Register for the IDP Study World Expo. Call 059-601-2360 or go to www.idp.com for more information. And during this season, our children sneeze, cough, and fall ill. Therefore, we need to give them the protection they deserve and shield them against germs with Dettol soap. Bathing with Dettol protects you and your family from up to 100 illness-causing germs, offering you maximum protection. Dettol soap can also be used for washing hands, endorsed by the GRNMA. Dettol, shield your family from germs. This advert is FDA approved.
So, Bell Pack Tissues is offering you the best from toilet rolls, kitchen towels to pocket and facial tissues. Bell Pack has you covered, so they're saying join them and it's just a wipe. For bulk distribution, call them on 055-1144-400. Bell Pack Tissues, another quality product from Bell Aqua. And admissions are ongoing at Ashesi University. You know that already, that Ashesi graduates are able to launch their career, start their own business, or embark on advanced studies within 6 months is the reality of most of the students from Accra to Nairobi, London to New York. Ashesi graduates are noticed and they are leading successful careers. So visit ASHE si.edu.ga to learn more about the Ashesi Advantage. Admissions are ongoing. Lucozade has a sleeker, slimmer can. It's going in the 330 ml can. Original, same great tasting stuff. So wherever you are during the day, remember to grab Lucozade and restore your energy. This advert is FDA approved. Now you need to escape doomsaw permanently and reduce your reliance on the national grid. Translight says with all the solar power we have in this country, you don't need to be spending so much on electricity. So switch to solar today. They install a system for you and you enjoy uninterrupted power supply. If you visit 98 Boundary Road, East Legon, between ARS and American House, that's where you find them. Online, www.translightsolar.com. Call them on 0504 249 229 or 0206 542 454 for early bird deals. Wherever there is sunlight, there is Translight.
054-998-6996. More voices joining the calls for action against Galamsey, GBA, GMA, GRNMA, Prempag, UTAC, GMNWU, PFAG, MMAG. That's about 8 groups. Organized Labor holding a press conference later today.
Yep.
Media Coalition Against Galamsey doing same as well.
Yep. I've seen the Ghana Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists to also issue a statement calling for immediate action to end the
So that takes the groups to almost 9.
Well, Ashfoam is your one-stop shop for all your home soft furnishings. They are giving you a wide range of new collections of products that suit your homes, hotels, and your organizations. Call them on 0243 200 729 to find out what they have for you, or can visit any of their showrooms or depots in all the big malls. Be an Ashfoamer now. Ashfoam, feel it, know it. And if you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost, and you want a vibrant student experience and the finest faculty trained to UK standards, then you need to speak to Lancaster University Ghana. They are giving you all that and more, plus a 50% scholarship for your degree. Get in touch with them on 020-960-7008 or visit their website lancaster.edu.gh or send them an email, admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British uni campus in West Africa. Now, the 21st of September is the day when Zenith Bank will be holding the much anticipated Zenith Health Walk. Mark your calendars, make your way to their head office, Zenith Heights, at 6 a.m. on the 21st of September, and walk and make friends and network. Call 0307 086 370 to find out more. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Now, if you are unsatisfied with public service delivery, the Citizens Eye mobile app is your way of reporting everything that is wrong with the public service. You can use the app to report cases of mismanagement, abuse of government property, fraud, wastage, and other irregularities to the Auditor General through the Citizens Eye mobile app. Download it from the App Store or Play Store. You can access the app on your browser, audit.gov.gh. Citizens Eye, speak up, your silence may hurt us all. And the new order of retirement is here. You can now retire on your own terms using Old Mutual's retirement salary plan today. Just invest a lump sum into the plan and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh or dial star 78901 hash to request a call. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Tell me where you gonna run go. Yeah.
All right, here are some of your comments on the campaign to get government to put a stop to the madness.
Okay, so Bernard, on the Galamsey matter, there's a scripture in the Bible that says God regretted creating human beings. If that statement was not a translatory mistake and it was actually possible for an omniscient being to regret, then it's safe to say God has definitely regretted blessing Ghana with this much mineral resources. These resources have not been used to improve our livelihoods, and as if that was not enough, we are allowing a few people's greed to destroy our environment while mining them. What kind of people are we? Power really from our Salibotri. Actually, the text is Genesis 6:6-7.
What did it say?
The Lord regretted making human beings on the earth, and his heart was grieved. So the Lord said, I will wipe out from the earth the human beings I have created, and not only the human beings, but also the animals and the crawling things and the birds of the air. For I regret that I made them.
The guy is borrowing from that.
Yeah, Genesis 6.
Anyway.
Good morning, City. I was at Esutrari yesterday. Driving through the 17-kilometer road from the junction to the town was a hell. One of the workers of the factory I visited told me that the companies around the area met Ghana Highway Authority and asked for permission to reconstruct the road, but they refused. So the companies refused to give them the money. I was told a man on a medical emergency died because of the nature of the road. Why is it that people placed in authority are so insensitive to the plight of the citizens? Please investigate this issue. Thank you. A call from Tema brought that in. Okay. A few more will bring you soon.
All right, whilst we're at it, Occupy Ghana has also issued a statement. It came through yesterday, and I just want to read some highlights of this. Press release: Occupy Ghana repeats urgent call to halt illegal gold mining in Ghana. Dated September 10, 2024. And they say from 2016, Occupy Ghana has, in a series of press releases and more recently weekly open letters addressed to the President of Ghana, persistently demanded immediate and decisive government action to halt Galamsey, the illegal and irresponsible gold mining. We have highlighted the devastating consequences of this activity on Ghana's environment, public health and food security, and have urged the President to fulfill his 2017 promise of ending the menace. In 2017, we were vocal in our support of the actions government took to stop this scourge. In 2021, we were also vocal in our criticism when government adopted the illegal burning of equipment instead of arresting the perpetrators, seizing the equipment and then allowing the courts to deal with both of them as set down by law. Strangely, sadly and disappointingly, government's legal efforts against Galamsey have petered out, replaced first by infighting and accusations over who in government has been benefiting from Galamsey, and now complete inaction. While bemoaning the worst state that we find ourselves compared with when we began the campaign for government action, we are glad that several Ghanaians from all walks of life have joined the demand to stop the canker and regulate the industry. We retrieve our 5 core demands. 1, enforce the law. On paper, Ghana's Current Minerals and Mining Act is workable and contains sensible provisions to regulate the entire sector. Government must simply enforce it. Namely, 1, no mining without a government-issued mining lease or small-scale mining license. 2, no mining outside the concession granted. 3, no mining by unapproved methods. And 4, imposition of severe sanctions for any breaches. These are enforceable. 2, declare a state of emergency in all affected areas. We urge the government to invoke Article 31 of the Constitution to declare a state of emergency in all areas affected by Galamsey. This will put an immediate stop to all illegal mining and its unprecedented scale, which threatens the very essentials of life for communities. Parliament must also be willing to take the steps required under the Constitution to support the state of emergency. This should remain in place until we have established a safe regime for further mining. 3, confiscate all Galamsey lands. We propose an amendment to the law to criminalize landlords or landowners making lands available for Galamsey, unless a landowner can prove that their land was forcibly taken over by having made a contemporaneous report to the police. They should be taken to have abetted the offense by facilitating it. These lands should therefore be confiscated as tainted property and then repurposed for public benefit, including reforestation, farming, or even regulated mining. 4, take immediate action against Galamsey offenders. We call for urgent legal action against persons and companies accused of illegal mining, especially in protected areas. Government inaction, especially concerning politically connected entities, has fostered impunity and undermined public trust. This must be addressed forthwith. 5, address the health crisis. When we began this fight, we pointed to the severe health impact of mercury poisoning due to Galamsey, contaminating. Something happened here. Sorry, forgive me.
I know.
Contaminating water bodies and agricultural lands. Then we faced a potential national health disaster if mercury exposure continued unchecked, with widespread effect before mining communities. Today, the thing we feared greatly has come upon us. A direct consequence of Galamsey is the recent reported shortages in water supply to the Cape Coast and Elmina areas, with the Ghana Water Company warning of impending shortages in other communities. The Pediatric Society of Ghana has spoken about the congenital deformities in babies born in affected areas. These underscore the dire consequences of inaction, including ecological destruction, critical food insecurity, shortage of drinking water, mercury poisoning, and exacerbated climate change. In conclusion, Ghana cannot become the modern day manifestation of the metaphorical myth that Nero fiddled while Rome burned. That is why we once again call on the president to lead the charge against Galamsey, invoking his 2017 promise to end the practice. Failure to act would be a betrayal of the trust placed in him by the Ghanaian people. End. Somebody's behaving, some people are behaving like Ayeflo Babalibobo. Oh yeah. The advice you know go take your foot to know they jump. Every day you they smoke, you they sit that they inhale smoke. What at all they for doing? Ayeflo Babalibobo.
Swa. May you jibu.
That's all be funny. What could have inspired somebody to write a song like this?
Maybe observation. Maybe observation. No, maybe there's a young lady living in the neighborhood who's just causing all kinds of problems.
The everyday issues that we encounter in our communities.
What are Bobo even? Another group has joined the and you know, sometimes I'm heartened by the consistency, and you know, the Occupy Ghana statement for me is probably the most comprehensive I've read in terms of the history, the recent history, 2016, 2017, the progress made, the decision to stall. So it puts it in better context, all right, because it tells you that this is something we've been talking about for a long time. We made some demands, some things were done, and then we stalled, and we've allowed it to get to ahead. There's a new statement that has come. I just want to give me some highlights. Very quickly.
It's the Working Group Women, Youth in Peace and Security Ghana. Statement is signed by Theodora Williams, Auntie, WGWYPS Ghana chapter convener.
Beautiful.
So it says it was released on the 9th of September.
2 days ago.
Yes, and it says that UNOWA's Ghana chapter calls for urgent roadmap in tackling Galamsey menace. So It starts by saying the Ghana chapter of the UNOWAS Working Group on Women, Youth in Peace and Security, WGWYPS, is gravely concerned about the imminent water security crisis facing Ghanaians as a result of the devastating impact of illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey. We recognize that water is a basic necessity of life, and its availability or lack thereof affects all persons, particularly women and children, disproportionately. We are alarmed by the numerous reports over the past weeks, some with graphic and disturbing images on Galamsey and the devastation it is causing the environment and citizens. For instance, an ecological study of Galamsey activities in Ghana and their physiological toxicity, published by the Journal of Environmental Toxicological Research in 2024, highlights, among others, the high levels of contamination that Galamsey is causing to water bodies in districts like Bibiani, Anwiaso, Bekwai, Bodi, and Draboso. The report also notes how water pollution resulting from these illegal mining activities has led to severe contamination of major rivers such as Pra, Ankobra, and Birim, the negative effects of which are felt by local communities, more particularly women and children, and the country's ecosystem. The report further decries the reckless use of hazardous substances like mercury and cyanide in artisanal and small-scale gold mining. The Ghana Living Standards Survey main report also states that approximately 71% of rural households have issues with their drinking water, such as odor, color, and suspended materials. Ghana is increasingly facing severe water and climate security challenges, threatening not only livelihoods and health, but also the peace and stability of our communities. In addition to the climate-induced threats of water supply, illegal mining activities with their related degradation of marginalized community resources exacerbates the plight of community members, especially women and children. The working group cannot overemphasize how the nation's lands and water bodies are being destroyed. Huge lands are being degraded, causing deaths and injuries to many young people and women who are involved, further threatening health, food, and water security. Galamsey threatens the United Nations Security Council resolutions that governs Ghana's commitment to peace, security, and community resilience. These resolutions, which Ghana has domesticated through the development of national action plans, must seek to protect and prevent the peace, and security of the populace. So, call to action. Given the importance of water security to the security of women and children, we, the Working Group on Women, Youth in Peace and Security, demand from the President of the Republic, through relevant ministries and government agencies, an urgent release of a roadmap on tackling the water security challenges posed by Galamsey operations in the country. We call on decision makers, especially Parliament, to take urgent and coordinated action to address these critical issues. Strengthen governance and enforcement by implementing and enforcing laws and frameworks, local and international, to protect water resources and combat illegal mining. 2. Strengthen local governance structures to ensure that women and youth are included in decision-making processes related to resource management and conflict resolution. 3. Promote sustainable livelihoods, invest in sustainable agricultural practices, clean energy, and other economic opportunities that empower women and youth while protecting the environment. 4. Enhance health and education services by improving access to health services, particularly in areas affected by water pollution, and ensuring that educational programs emphasize the importance of environmental stewardship and resilience. Address the root cause of conflict over resources by promoting community dialogue and collaboration, and support peace-building initiatives that prioritize the needs and voices of women and the youth. We also call on citizens, especially women and children, to call out nonchalant behavior, politicians and businesses that fuel the Galamsey menace to protect our future as citizens. The group will monitor the situation and take further actions when necessary. Thank you. Theodora Williams Auntie.
So far, we have read, or at least received, about 10 groups calling for action on Galamsey. In fact, if I'm to add Occupy Ghana and then the Women Advocacy Group, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 groups, and we have a couple more. So sometimes it's going well.
I'm just curious to see what the academic community is saying. Wonderful. I mean, not UTAG. I mean,
researchers
are saying about this.
Yeah.
I mean, CSIR, their hands are tied, so they can't, the government agency. But frankly, because they know better than we do, and we are sitting down, we are hearing that our waters are being polluted with mercury.
Yeah.
And mercury, as we all know, is the easiest metal to find its way into the food chain.
Yes.
It's the easiest of all. And so, guess what? We are not just talking about water pollution.
Dealing with food.
We are now looking at mercury getting to methyl mercury into the food chain, and it stays in there for years. You see, mercury is one metal that doesn't just go away. That is another thing we should know. Mercury, once it gets into your food chain, it stays
for a long time.
For a very long time.
So the effects could be long term.
Yes, and the effects, you are not going to get children with maimed arms. So mercury affects your eyes.
Hey.
It affects your hearing. It affects your speech.
My God.
It affects your central nervous system. You see, this is poison. We are poisoning ourselves in this country. I'm telling you. So the scientific and research,
the scientific community
they have to speak
to give it a different
put it in
angle.
context. Yes.
So Professor Chris Gordon has been speaking to us regularly on this.
Yes.
But as you're saying, if the research community come together and spell out
research community, just call us. We will carry this live.
I'll play something for you because I played it before you came. The national coordinator of the micronutrient deficiency control program of the Ghana Health Service was speaking at a policy dialogue on food security, child hunger, and malnutrition. I want you to listen to what she said. It's just a short voice clip. She was speaking to a journalist about what they are noticing, health effects. This is Ghana Health Service coordinator on nutrient deficiency. Just listen to it.
Nutrition is the foundation of health because the food we eat defines who we are. If a child will grow very well into a good productive adult, it depends on the food that the child eats from infancy. In fact, before the child is even born, up to the time the child grows. It determines how intellectual the child is going to be, how the child is able to perform in school, and when the child grows, how the child is going to be economically and productive. The destruction of our forests, of our farmlands, of our waters, when it comes to Galamsey, is of great concern because food is grown on land and soil. So if the farmlands are destroyed, it means that we are not able to grow enough food because the farmlands will not be there. The water bodies are being destroyed. Once we destroy our forests and destroy our water bodies, it will also affect climate, and therefore rainfall patterns will be changed. And we know that in Ghana we depend on rainfall for cultivation of our crops, and so then it will affect crop cultivation and then the availability of food. Secondly, the chemicals that are released into these water bodies and into the soil as a result of Galamsey can also leach into some of the foods. And even though we may not have immediate effect of these chemicals, as in future, these chemicals can result in some health issues, including cancers and birth defects and others. So, Galamsey should be tackled holistically. We should look at how we are going to educate people and provide alternative livelihoods so that people will move away from Galamsey. There should be policies that determines how Galamsey should be done safely, if it should be done at all. Because the way it is being done now is causing a lot more distraction, for me, in my opinion, than good.
Thank you. Your name again?
I'm Veronica Kwate from the Nutrition Department of Ghana Health Service.
So you see, we're seeing, so this is a technocrat working within the Ghana Health Service, and she's expressed her views devoid of any sentimentality. Your point is that the scientific community must together put the research and outline specifically issues on immediate health, long-term health effects, nutritional, and all of those things, so that that body of evidence can be used in the roadmap to solve. Because beyond stopping the Galamsey, you have seen that there are conditions that have now started developing that you have to even invest in solving. So it's not just stop the Galamsey, but have a way of dealing with the issues of the defects, the bed defects, the mercury, the cyanide, and all these things, and then things around how to salvage Ghana Water Company. And so it's a lot of things. So sometimes the cost of this thing is going to outweigh the money we are making. That's the other problem. So it's like people are pitching money versus life. But the money you will need to recover what you've spoiled is probably going to be much, much more. Let me just update that we have 11 statements that we have received in Citi Newsroom. All right, Ghana Medical Association, Ghana Bar Association, Private Newspaper Publishers, Ghana Registered Nurses, UTAC, Peveland Farmers, Ghana Mine Workers Union, Mobile Money Advocacy Group, Occupy Ghana, Working Group on Women in Advocacy, Christian Council, 11. Of the 11, about 8 have issued statements and about 3 have given interviews. So that's about 11. Organized Labor is holding a press conference today, TUC,
Media
and the Media Coalition. So that will be 13 by close of day. Now, I'm using this because the main thesis for the Citi Breakfast Show is that if associational life does not get involved in the fight, the government will not see the pressure to act, because there's an election coming and their calculations are different from the calculations of other people who are not encumbered by the same view about votes. And number 2, what happened in the Newsroom tells us that those who are against Galamsey are probably more than those for it. You know, initially the idea was created like, oh, the community, they like it, the people, they like it. But if you listen to and I don't know if you have the Kanaku audio from Newsroom, the people went with a chief to go and chase out the Galamsey people. So it seems as if we are not highlighting enough what the communities are saying. All right, because the impression is created that, oh, if you go to the community, they're all doing it. Chiefs are involved, everybody's involved. So it's like, oh, when you go to Galamsey town, they all want to do Galamsey. But it's not necessarily the case. It may be true for some places, but it seems as if we have to be more nuanced. And I think the idea that a chief and his people can march to a Galamsey site and chase out people is very powerful to me. It's very powerful to me. I don't know if you've been following that story, the Newsroom story, and what they did. What do you make of that?
I find it quite refreshing, because for many years, you've had people complain, but I'm happy that these days locals are taking the extra step, or they are taking the next step to voice out their grievances. If you go to the Ashanti region, the recent case of a chief getting disturbed by the Asante Hene, that was effectively triggered by citizen action. The locals were very unhappy.
So the Asante Achim one too. The Asante Achim place.
Yes. They were very unhappy with what was going on.
Okay.
They put together a petition and sent it to the office of the Asante Hene. It was after that action that the Asante Hene brought the chief to his palace and then took subsequent action.
Okay.
So I'm very, very happy that citizens are now getting involved, because you see, for many years, maybe the assumption would be that if they speak to their authorities, or the assumption would be that the authorities will see it and react. But they realize that nothing has happened. And they are beginning to wake up to the harsh realities of their own lives. They see that the water is getting destroyed. They can't grow crops anymore. The farmlands are going away. And they are feeling the pinch. And so they've taken that bold step to move.
Sometimes the people who come and do the Galamsey are not from the community.
Yes.
So the people who come in a truck, get on the site and do the work and go.
No, it's not true.
Sometimes, no, we've seen
it's not true. There's not a single place that a stranger will come into a community, do Galamsey without without the help of the community members.
You're not getting me. I'm not saying that. You see, there was a video I even saw when I did an interview with Adam's friend where the people come as a pack of Galamsey.
No, they are workers. They are laborers.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But somebody in the community
I'm not
paves the way.
But I'm saying that the impression was created that it was the community members who were doing the Galamsey themselves. Now you are talking about assisting people to do the Galamsey.
That's one.
Good. Because when you go to the Isuom issue,
yeah,
the community people and their chief went to the Galamsey site to sack the people.
Yes.
So I'm saying that the people who were doing the Galamsey they went to sack are not their people.
They are not their people.
So,
but
we are not even arguing. We are saying the same thing. Yeah. What we are saying is that community members must get involved in the fight against Galamsey because a impression is created as people are sitting in Accra who say Galamsey should stop, but those who are in the communities want Galamsey to happen. And I'm saying that if you look at the Isuom example, that's not necessarily the case. There are people in the community who don't want it to happen. Do you understand me? It's not like everybody.
I'm actually making the same point.
That's what I'm saying.
They are there in the minority. That's the point I'm going to make.
The Galamsey people.
Yes, they are there in the minority, but because we have looked the other way as this Galamsey continues, they've become wealthy and influential. But in terms of numbers, they are in the minority.
Exactly.
Now, I'll go back to the assume thing. And I think that is the model that we can use. If we cannot energize the locals to be the guardians of their own community, we cannot win. This throwing instructions from Accra, this is what is actually usurping the same. I mean, look at this. Otumfor Osetutu has distilled how many chiefs?
If my memory serves,
2 or 3.
There should be about 4 of them.
Okay.
About 4 chiefs.
And he has openly accused them of their involvement in Galamsey. True?
Yes.
And not a single law enforcement agency has apprehended them.
Yes.
Even you know what that does for the Otumfor himself.
That's an interesting angle.
You know what does in Ghana? We say that in Ijamieji, you have. I don't know how to say that in English. You have
disempowered.
Because why is he a policeman? Is the Otumfor a policeman that he should go around check? And the man says that I have distilled you. Now the people who were distilled, has any of them gone to court?
No.
It means they know they don't have a defense.
They know they don't.
They know. And in one instance, the Otumfor said, if you misbehave, I will even cause your arrest.
Yes, he said so.
And yet, police people, as the law enforcement agents,
can the police use the directive of a traditional ruler as evidence of wrongdoing?
It can use that as a cue to investigate.
Yes.
Okay.
And it doesn't even have to be a traditional ruler.
Okay.
The man says, I have distilled you because A, B, and C. That is first alert. Police, can you investigate? And so we are waiting. And the one that annoys me is when I hear government officials also giving the Otumfor funds.
Yeah.
You should be very embarrassed.
You should be embarrassed. The man he's being compelled to do it because you have failed. You have failed monumentally in this Galamsey thing. You understand? And the man has had to take off his kinship whatever to now go and become the policeman of Galamsey. Now Otumfor is not doing anti-Galamsey because he feels that because he's idle. Because he sees it as a blemish on the Asante kingdom. That's why he does it. And we are sitting down. Nobody has been arrested. As far as we are concerned, the media, none of these chiefs that have been distilled have been investigated to check how, to the extent to which they are involved. You understand? Yes. And that raises so many questions. Well, you see, and one of these days, you see this assumed thing. And sorry, I keep bringing it back because there's going to come a time that the youth will rise up, and they will be faced by resistance.
And that, of course,
and the ripple effect. Yes. Can't we just see it?
Then at the front page of today's Chronicle features Akrokeri.
Yes, that's another one that.
You know where Akrokeri is?
That's Ashanti region.
Akrokeri is the twin town of Obuasi. It's like Accra Tema. Akrokeri.
What happened there?
So the town folk have accused the Queen Mother and the Jasi Hene of being involved. Of course, the Queen Mother and Jasi Hene have refuted the allegations.
All right.
But you see, taking a cue from what has happened in other places, assuming things, clearly tells you that citizens are now voicing out. And if now, assuming, let's say, the Asante Hene has not acted on this Ekrokeri case, it's something the police can jump on and say, why are these people accusing a Queen Mother and Jasi Hene of being involved in illegal mining? That's an entry into the area to investigate and see what exactly is happening. Because definitely if the police jump into this, they will find something very, very concrete.
Wow. So that's an interesting one. We'll get a few voices across.
There's some voices coming shortly.
You, Bernard, let me give you this message. Paul says, I went to Kumasi last weekend. I saw welders busily fabricating the machines used to wash the gold along the Accra-Kumasi highway. No one is arresting these fabricators, and we want Galamsey to stop. We are not serious. We don't want any Galamsey to stop.
We actually do. It's just that the people who have
but you get the import of
impetus. You know, the truth is that, somebody sent me a message this week, and I thought it was a good message. It says, Bernard, when people tell you that the media is not doing what they are supposed to do, reject it. I just want to read it because sometimes people don't know how to allocate their responsibility well. So he says, Bernard, listening to you guys and what you are alluding to, it's not for the media to go and organize demonstration or act on an issue because you have thrown a light on it. Actions are for citizens and the organizations to take. So if some people say the media is in Accra making a lot of noise, you should not be apologetic. That's the role of the media. The media formed a coalition against Galamsey to effectively coordinate his campaign. And that's good enough. It's now for citizens and their organizations to act. Having said it, I can say Citi FM is already acting effectively in certain spaces where CSOs and private sector should be engaging. Heritage Caravan, promoting internal tourism, back to the village, fair, bazaar, made in Ghana, fair, business Olympics, recent swimming. Be proud of yourselves. I salute you and the crew of Citi and Channel 1. It can be at times disheartening, but please don't give up. Keep it up. This is from a man I know who's been working in the space for many years. And I think this was because, when we started shouting, it's like, oh, you guys, that's all you do, you sit in Accra and shout. His point is that is your job. You highlight the issue, and we go beyond shouting to do many more things. You get it? Now, I am not an arresting officer. You get it? So, and what worries me is that Ghanaian will sit at home listening to all I do and say, oh, you guys, you can do more. You guys have to go beyond that. And I say, so you the citizens sitting there. No, wait. My question is, okay, so what are you doing? Okay, I have, and my job description is very clear. My job description as a media is very clear. I use my lenses and my front pages to let people know what is happening.
Balaski, if you went to assume last week, how would they know?
That's even the point.
To say that the fact that I'm talking every morning doesn't mean I haven't been
to assume.
But sometimes, you see, for me, sometimes. No, but okay, sometimes I translate it as people are frustrated with the system.
Yeah.
And because we have access to duty bearers, somehow they feel like because you are closer to them, you can do more. But on Monday I came and said, everybody has a role to play, and we've had 11 statements issued. Now, you may say they are just statements. Now, if these statements, some of the statements have strike dates, if these groups, medical association, lawyers, private newspapers, nurses, university teachers, peasant farmers, mining workers, mobile mining operators, and then Christian Council, if all these groups decided they were going to go on a strike, do you know what that means? So I think that progress is being made.
And TUC is coming.
For me, it's good enough to have 11 groups all say the same thing. Because as we keep saying, the politicians see it as a numbers game. And the more the people rise up to say they don't like it, the more they recalculate. Because if it's only one or two posts, people say, you get it. That's what, in fact, these days, when I talk, luckily for us, we don't sit in Accra.
At all.
Now, if you watch, what has been funny for me is, if you watch our news bulletin on CNN,
it's very national in nature. We are all over.
I think it's possibly the most national news bulletin I have seen, because there is no region that does not get that level of coverage. Yeah. So it was to solve that problem, where because in news generally, because names make news. when we started this work, initially you go where the big names go, and generally the big names will be in Accra and Kumasi. So for a long time, news is about what the president has said, what the minister has said, what the speaker has said. But as I know, if you want to know the state of a country, go to where the people are. And if I even take just Nilni Amate Kanaku alone, just the Eastern Regional Correspondent, and I go through his file on water and mining since 2015, you will be shocked. Just one journalist. I haven't added the
Western
Ashanti
region.
guy. I haven't added Western region. I haven't added. You get it. So the media house is actually national, and the issues we raise are bottom up. So I think it is a misunderstanding. And again, most people who bring those criticisms actually don't follow what we do, because those who actually follow what we do, they actually think that we are going beyond what we are even supposed to do. I'm telling you, most people who sit and say, "Oh, you guys, you sit in Accra and just talk, you are not doing anything," chances are that they have not actually followed one of our bulletins. Let me play the Isum altercation for you and what the chief of Isum said on Galamsey. And all of this is just from the Eastern region. On Monday, when I did point of view, I just had Eastern and Ashanti region, and we spent just 10 minutes on Galamsey. You'll be shocked. Here's what the chief said after the group went to chase out the people.
The young betting ayeno, and say you be making sure say it's sure be to say crankrano, among say no, because your physical realm and your spiritual realm. Yanuma in the body dear, intimate the spirit world enko. Tien show mwebufu na mo de mwebufu show abayeso. The ekosui ma hwe ya mekasa no be ya tintin na emom nitia wa mu ane se ya ye petitions upon petitions ya ye bi e de akọ regional police command omo mebo ayen ni ntu eye Galamsey fo no infri kromo ha ya ye bi e de akọ Eastern Regional Inspectorate of the Minerals Commission omo mebo ayen na ye mpamo omo mi ye bi kra e de call Ghana Armed Forces ni nyina ni ho aye nyamwa bia e de free Ghana Armed Forces me call ho mpanifo gina ho ka kire me se nana ka ane tete no a ka na ya waba ha ye be ma 2 buses na me mama o makọ no makọ stop o msisi a na emmom ye ntimi nye because aban na ka kire yen se ma soja ni bia enko ye anti Galamsey issue enti yentimi ma onipa mene o kasei through fraternizing with soldier men no, most of who were angry because Ghana hano soldier for yanko akunda o Ghana ne any neighboring country bia enya ntokwa. And so year in year out ye train soldier for enti se soldier for no entimi emebo yen saase ne yensu ansu ho ban just because aban bi person win election ti omunya ya adwuma no a na ya nwe yen chire ma no ho. It's not just a soldier for police for. Listen, see a person to Galamsey yasia e very simple o. District commander bia nim amu ya Galamsey no e woni district commander bia nim amu nim ba bia amu sai ensio no. The question is, se police ni eko na okoto se opani bi repu akwara ketwa na se wa anya hu bibia, is that not negligence of duty? Is that not in itself criminal? It is a police for no atete ho, district commander ete ho na say amu say no na why you wadwen say won ka ho hwe. That is neglect of duty. And not just that, omai no akọ ama me di animu mi achichi nipa, including omu use sodium cyanide and the extract gold. We all saw documentaries after documentaries of how harmful that chemical is. Yachi omu endi 2 hours crowd or police station ho. station officer just, I don't want to say took money, but just let them go. And ya no kwa. Ya call round, achichi nipa bebre. Ba akukura ni wa ya prosecute no. So it's as if the whole country has gone to sleep. Ana omu jai, ana Galamsey no. Essay ensue, ana essay nsase, ana essay cocoa, ana essay emme. Listen, at some point in time, na yenim say enche bia ibetimi anya about 1 million tons of cocoa. I am sure by the end of 2025, say ye calculated tonnage ibenya every cocoa mo, it won't even be half that. Because almost say do na. Nobody is doing anything about it. And it's a show mabunu decided say we will not sit down anymore.
That was the chief of his home. I'm trying to get his full title. How do you feel listening to him?
I mean, I get emotional with these things.
You know that area very well, don't you?
I lived there, not just know.
My cousin went to Asum Secondary School.
Yeah, Asum said they used to play football brutal. You know, and you know.
What's the biggest town near Asum?
Kede. So you have Asum.
So this is the River Brim area.
Yes. Okay. You have Asum, and I'll tell you why it's called Asum. You have Asum, and then you have Subi.
Is that water?
No, Subi. That's the town.
That's a town.
Coming back to Kede. Okay, so Asum, Subi, Kede, and then you are moving to Boadia, Akwetia, but in the neighborhood you have Pramkese, and then Achim Techima and all those places. Now we call the place Asum because this is one town out of the lot that has so many rivers and streams.
So the pool of water is
Asum.
Yes.
Asum.
You know, it has. You have the. I don't remember all, but you have the Apem River.
Okay.
Apem River, I think, is the biggest there, and then you have the Krankran River. It's also there. You have Amamanso, and then you have Apobusu. Yeah, you know, and then there are other streams. So Asum is covered with rivers. Asum, you understand? Now, another thing Ghanaians should know is that this enclave is actually the entrance into what we call our oil palm belt in this country.
Kwaibi Brim?
Yes, Kwaibi Brim. Okay. So you are heading towards the Kwai area.
I get it.
So Subi, so check the videos and see the vegetation around.
Palm. That's why he mentioned that it's cocoa and palm.
So we have turned the earth upside down, decimated the cocoa farms in the area, and we have now entered into the oil palm areas
to deal with it.
And it's look, the rate is like low cost. They enter and then overnight everything is gone. And they have now turned the course of the rivers. They have redirected the rivers just because of Galamsey.
This is Nana Boedi Ampomenim Abodade, the third. Krontihini of Asum. Nana Boedi Amponim Abodade, the third. Krontihini of Asum.
So there you have it. Asum has spoken.
Yeah.
And trust me, there are other villages, chiefs
who could say the same
things. But look at what the chief is saying. So this is an educated chief. Okay? This is an educated chief, and he has listed the efforts that they have done.
Regional Police, Minerals Commission, Ghana Armed Forces.
He's gone everywhere.
So this man, what he has done, he has just defined the state of our helplessness.
Yes, he has done that. Our unwillingness to deal with the matter. Thank you. So that was Nana Boedi and Ponim Abodade. So far we've received I've received something before you go. I've just received a last statement for today. I'm taking I'm counting.
Roko.
That will be a while today.
So
the last one I received is from which people?
Ghana Institute of Geoscientists.
But you say the scientists should come.
No, I will trust what they say because.
So, Caleb, it's a long one, but if you can give me some quick Caleb, I know I don't have time, but I want to just highlight some of the things. So, the Ghana Institute, let me just go. The Ghana Institute of Geoscientists, just give me 2 seconds, urges an immediate temporary halt to all small-scale mining activities in water bodies, forest reserves, and biodiversity sensitive areas. This initiative aims to ensure strategic alignment with best practice and uphold statutes and standards for environmental protection and salvage remnants. Then they say that we have observed the continued and alarming destruction of the nation's forests, rivers, and headwaters, which are vital sources of life. Water bodies have been polluted and stripped of their portability, potentiality for large-scale treatment for the water supply chain, aquatic life lost. The destruction of forest cover has resulted in loss of rare plant species, some of which may never return due to the complex ecological conditions required for their growth. The above violations are day by day increasing our groundwater vulnerabilities, which poses dire consequences, denying the right of future generations to determine their own fate. From our desk, current small-scale mining activities deviant from the law can be categorized into 3 groups: illegal and irresponsible, legal but irresponsible, legal and responsible. Unfortunately, the dismal degradation challenges facing the country are exacerbated by 1, a lack of political will to address the issue, further complicated by political interference and influence from high-ranking officials in addition to short-term political gain. 2, the compromise of traditional rulers and local authorities due to financial incentives from mining interests. And 3, lack of professional expertise in mining practices, which is a precise science that requires strict adherence to standards to avoid or minimize. And then 4, inefficiencies and ineffectiveness of state institutions such as Minerals Commission, EPA, Water Resources Commission, and regional and district assemblies in enforcing the law. 5, bribery and corruption, which is widespread within the society, including the security services and other state institutions, which allow illegal mining activities to continue. And 6, political interference from high-ranking officials. In light of these challenges, the Ghana Institution of what does the IGSF stand for? The GHI
Engineers.
Yes, no, they have a different name. The Ghana Institution of Geoscientists.
Okay.
The Ghana Institution of Geoscientists proposed the following strategic steps. 1, all small-scale mining in forest reserves and in rivers, streams, and water bodies be banned forthwith and permanently as prescribed by law. Anyone found mining in these places should be arrested and prosecuted through a fast-track mining and environmental court. All mining equipment found in this area should be seized and confiscated to the state pool of machinery. 2, all small-scale mining taking place less than 100 meters from rivers, streams, and water bodies should be banned forthwith and permanently as prescribed by law. Any mining equipment found in this area seized and confiscated to the state, and any person or group of persons arrested, prosecuted. Additionally, a temporary 6-month ban should be imposed on all small-scale gold mining activities outside forest reserves, water bodies, and outside the 100-meter distance of water bodies. 3, all licensed small-scale mining operations must include a professional geoscientist on their team, including community mining. Both the business owner and the geoscientist should be required to sign off on all activities, ensuring compliance with best practice. 4, a joint monitoring and evaluation team should be formed comprising representatives from the Minerals Commission, EP, and District Security Committee. 5, mining activities must be co-signed by both the business owner and a registered professional geoscientist who will be held legally accountable for any environmental infraction. Conclusion: by implementing these measures, we can restore the integrity of Ghana's small-scale mining industry, protect critical water bodies and forest reserves, and streamline the licensing process to be fast and easily accessible. Signed, the Ghana Institution of Geoscientists, released September 11. Professor Prince Oforian Ponsa, General Secretary. I think we'll end with this one. Very, very thoughtful statement. So this is statement number 12. Thank you for sending that to us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The luckiest star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 hash and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back.
offering innovative solutions to long-standing problems within the educational sector. However, despite this expansion, there are still significant challenges that still hinder the scale of many edtech companies in the sector. Now, we all know that technology is reshaping how education is delivered and accessed. And to expand this dialogue, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, or MEST, which is the Meltwater Educational Entrepreneurial School of Science and Technology, and the Mastercard Foundation have co-created a concept that will convene a forum of stakeholders in the educational sector along with edtech entrepreneurs in Ghana. So this year's edtech stakeholder forum is designed to collect insights and feedback and recommendations from diverse stakeholders in the sector to contribute to what we call an edtech roadmap in Ghana. To talk more about this, I have the director of Sendlos, Nana Jemfi Adwabo, to help us appreciate the progress made so far and what needs to be done. Nana, welcome. Good morning.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm blessed. Thank you.
So much is happening in the country, but we cannot stop talking about education as well.
Yes.
Because it's the very, very critical piece of the national jigsaw. So talk to me about what steps we can take to ensure that all students across Ghana have equal access to digital learning tools.
Good. I bring you greetings from the Ministry of Education, of course, from my minister, Honorable Dr. Yaoseh Duchum, and from the people of Sendlos. And Sendlos is the Center for National Distance Learning and Open Schooling. That is where I am the director there, and we are mandated to lead anything educational technology in the country to move education from traditional setup to the online version. That's what we have been doing. Your question is very crucial. I mean, permit me to also say a few words to my strategic stakeholders and partners, MEST and MasterCard. They have been providing support to the emancipation of digital education in the country. So it's going so well. For every student to be able to garnish or to be on digital platform, we need to look at some crucial things that has to be done. Of course, we need to look at the policy that governs the EdTech space. We need to also look at content, capacity building, assessment, and of course, curriculum. Let me take the policy. That is a crucial part. That is what the MEST Sendlos MasterCard engagement that we just did was focusing on. When it comes to EdTech, there has to be a policy to govern the space. And this policy will speak to sustainability. It will even speak to how to use gadgets, devices in our schools. Talk about it. I mean, right now, as we sit here, most schools do not allow students to use digital device in their school. This policy will discuss that, and it will move that whole thing into a different sector. So policy is crucial, and the same policy will guide a teacher and student what to use in terms of digital education. So we met with all the stakeholders to seek their insight, to get some valuable input to the ICT policy which the Ministry of Education is leading. Of course, the erudite of education, Dr. Yaoseh Duchum, believes that we need to have the ICT policy to govern the space. And also, let me say this, when it comes to EdTech, it's a new thing altogether, educational technology. One thing Sendlos has been doing is what we call EdTech leadership. If you don't have the leadership, EdTech will not go the way we are looking. Everyone will be doing their thing. The system will be fragmented. It will be done in silos. So Sendlos, under my leadership, we have been able to provide EdTech leadership that has been contributing to the rise in EdTech in Ghana and even in Africa. If you go anywhere, they look at Ghana's EdTech space and they are so happy. People want to emulate us. 4 key EdTech leadership. One is transformational leadership. If you are transforming education from classroom to online, you need transformational leadership skills. You should have to be able to motivate the teachers and students and everyone around you. Also, you need what we call the adaptational leadership skills. Now you have transformed education to a new platform. You need to adapt there. You need to be able to be in alliance or alignment with the pace of technology, AI, robotics, and all of this. So you need to be able to adapt and make sure any newness in EdTech, you'll be able to adapt it to the teaching and learning. So you need that leadership skills. Then you look at distributed leadership skills, distribute assignment and everything you have to do. Bring stakeholders together, strategic stakeholders, UNESCO, UNICEF, MEST, MasterCard, GES, NTC, all of them are stakeholders. You need to be able to distribute leaderships and what they are able to do to them so we can achieve EdTech in that level. The finality leadership skills is what we call ambidextrous leadership. Now you should be able to improve the EdTech space to meet what the world is expecting. So Ghana can compete globally. If we talk about compete globally, we need to prepare our students and our teachers to be able to compete locally and also globally, because where education is going, my brother, it has transition from traditional level.
Right.
We are talking about AI and we need to make sure our people are ready.
Let's talk about the readiness of our educational system.
Very good.
Regarding things like infrastructure, teacher training,
good,
and content, right? How, so just work with me on that. Good. In terms of infrastructure, in terms of teacher training and content, how ready is the system to embrace EdTech?
Very good. When it comes to infrastructure, SENLOS and the stakeholders involved, we did what we call infrastructure audit.
Okay.
That is the first step. You need to audit what you have in the country. That audit will expose the things that you need, your strength and your weaknesses, the gaps in there. And per the audit, we know when it comes to connectivity, which is also an infrastructure, we have an issue. Currently, the country, we are 70% connected. We still have 30% deficit in the area of connectivity. We need to see how we can bring stakeholders together, the telcos, MTN, Vodafone, all of them has to come around for us to see how we can fix the 30% deficit. Remember, these are areas, remotest part, that don't have connectivity. Accra, Kumasi, Takrady, they do. But education is about equity. We need to look at all of that to make sure inclusivity is achieved. So we are working together to make strategic strides to bring all of them together so we can achieve. The other part is digital divide, which is also infrastructural issue. If you put anything online, you need to make sure there's a device for students to be able to receive the content. Now we have digital divide in the country. Even globally in US, they still have it. Ghana, we are blessed to have recently the Ghana Smart School project that talks about free tablets for every student. So the digital divide is now being worked on. So we look at that too. Then we look at what we call data centers, and you spoke about content. Content too, we still have gaps. Reasons is, and I repeat it, if you are talking about EdTech, your content is the blood of that EdTech, because whatever you have, if there's a gadget, a tablet without good content that speaks to your curriculum, you have a problem, because the gadgets will be empty. You can't do anything. YouTube is YouTube because of good content. They post it there. So we need to also make sure we have quality content. And SENLOS, we are the mastery in that. We work with teachers and all experts in the content jurisdiction to make sure we produce content that is GES and NACA approved content, so students and teachers can use to teach.
And is this available to all public schools across the country?
Yes, it's available.
In a uniform way.
In a uniform way, it's available.
Because you have 70% internet penetration in some
yes.
areas. So if you have communities without internet penetration, how they get access to this content?
Fantastic question. So that is why I say that audit has exposed that we are working together, and that is why MEST, MasterCard, Foundation, UNESCO, UNICEF, once we have that data, which is very solid, reliable data, we are working to make sure we can close that gap so education will be very equitable in that sense. I mean, we know that we still have to keep working to catch up. The world has moved on when it comes to EdTech, and Ghana, we have to leapfrog in that level. We can't sit aloof, but rather play catch up to make sure we can achieve all that equilibrium.
Let's talk about some of the key projects that SENLOS is working on to improve digital learning in our schools? So specific. Send loss. You mentioned send loss a lot of times here. So beyond what the general educational system is doing, what specifically is send loss doing? What projects are you working on to improve digital learning in the country?
Very good. The first I will mention is the newly about to be launched channel MOE TV station. That is the kind of leadership that Dr. Geoscientist has brought at the educational spectrum that is being spearheaded by Sendlos. The channel MOE is a TV station strictly and purposely for educational content. Anything education will be there, and it's from basic to senior high school and to the tertiary TVET. Everything content will populate it there for people to receive it, students. Remember, when you talk about EdTech, the planning has to be human-centered, equity, access and quality. So everything we do has to be human-centered. So TV station, per our research and per UNICEF Innocenti's research, 78% persons depend on TV station to receive educational content. So this is a groundbreaking implementation or initiative that is coming to support. We are also working on the learning passport. All the interventions that is going on in the country, majority is focused on senior high school. We can't leave the basic school out. We're talking about KG, from KG up to primary 6 and JHS. So the learning passport is going to focus on that. That is a digital platform with content. We have the Minecraft education. That one speaks about how we can bring the digital skills in our kids and our students. The focus is to add gamification into our educational sector. So kids are playing games, but they are learning. They are building on their 4 C's that talks about critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creativity. Without creativity, our kids will not amount to anything, because the world is now looking for creative minds and critical minds. We are also doing gender mainstreaming at Sendlos. We don't want to leave any gender out. Inclusivity is our goal. So girls has to also take ICT. So we are working with Commonwealth of Learning for that. iBox and iCampus is a platform, you know about that, and AI, artificial intelligence. That is where education is going. So Sendlos is doing a lot of workshops, bringing all strategic partners together so we can infuse artificial intelligence into our education, so we don't leave nobody out. Artificial intelligence, our focus is on 3 key areas: the tutorial part, the base, and the rule, to make sure that teachers can infuse artificial intelligence into their teaching and learning. And we are going to look at the AI ethics, the AI techniques, and AI policy, and the social implications about AI. All of them, will look at it, so we don't expose our kids to the bad side of AI, but the good parts of AI. So Ghana will be the leader when it comes to EdTech in the country and globally, as now we have been touting everywhere.
Nana, let me end with my most important question. The MEST and MasterCard Foundation co-created a concept that convened a forum for stakeholders in the educational sector.
Very good.
They collected insights and feedback and recommendations from various stakeholders to contribute to what they call an EdTech roadmap in Ghana. Now, they see Sendlos as a key agency in pushing these recommendations into the roadmap to further strengthen our EdTech policy. So the question is, what role is Sendlos playing in putting these recommendations from the EdTech roadmap into action? What immediate steps are you focusing on after the recent EdTech stakeholder forum?
Very good. Any EdTech policy that has not been tested remains a document. Any policy that is not being tested is a document. So Sendlos is going to lead the space to make sure this policy, once it's being adopted, can be implemented to achieve all the results. Before anything can be implemented in EdTech, you need to do what we call the EdTech framework. That is EdTech implementation planning.
Okay.
And the planning looks at the objectives and the outcomes you are looking for EdTech. So we are going to work with the stakeholders, which now we know the objectives of the policy versus the outcome. Then we will plan, and SENDLOS will guide the implementation. We will do selection of some schools, we will pilot it, then implementation will be done to expect to be sustained and expanded. So all of this, SENDLOS is playing a key role, and we don't expect to do this alone. That is why MEST is doing a key thing for the people of Ghana and MasterCard. We applaud them. I know Minister is so happy because they have taken charge when it comes to EdTech, because we need to work with them. And guess what? We don't work with only them. The private sector, PEBI Cabs, we are working with Deaf Can Talk, we are working with STEM Aid, Tech Aid. Everyone has to come together so we can achieve. If we don't get the insight from the private, public sector, industry, academia, telcos, that policy will not amount to anything. It's an inclusive policy. Then SENDLOS will provide that leadership. We can achieve it. Remember, education has moved on. It has moved to online, and that is what we expect. And our minister is touting, providing that leadership, that he wants to transform education using technology. And that is what we want to achieve for the people of Ghana, and we are doing that. And remember, I was voted the best CEO in technology and innovations in Ghana because of this leadership we are providing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nana Jemfi Adjuabo, Director of SENDLOS. Lots of interesting insights on education technology. When we come back, there's more. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
From the comforting hugs and reconnecting moments to the thoughtful eulogies, funerals, whether big or small, must be dignifying. And that's what Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium was set up for. From our state-of-the-art facilities for preserving remains, through our 450-seater chapel to our meticulously managed cemetery, we've got these and everything else you might need in one place. So if sending a loved one off in a dignified manner matters to you, reach out to Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium immediately you lose a loved one. Call us on 050-953-2409 or visit us at lashibifuneralhomes.com. Lashibi Funeral Homes and Crematorium. Dignity for the deceased, comfort for the bereaved.
Are you searching for a world-class conferencing facility to elevate your next event? Do you need a bougie look for that all-important corporate, board meeting, or private social event? The Alisa Hotel Pavilion at Northridge. Our expansive conference center comfortably seats 1,000 persons in a theater-style setup. This makes it ideal for large conferences and exhibitions. Where there is the need to break out, the conference center seamlessly converts into 2 separate breakout rooms. With the importance of seamless technology integration, our facilities are equipped to support your audiovisual needs. Looking for an oasis of bliss? Saunter into our Oasis Lounge and enjoy your juicy lamb chops, steaks, and burgers. We have alfresco dining for nature lovers in our lush manicured lawns. The Alisa Hotel Pavilion, where great minds convene and beautiful memories are created.
Hi, Mom, it's me, Kwame.
Hey, Kwame. How are you?
Mom, I'm fine, oh.
Okay.
You know something?
No, tell me.
I'm looking for a complete furniture set for my new place.
Kwame, I've told you before, the only one place you should go, eh?
Yeah, Mom, but I need a mattress to fit my bed.
Ash Foam.
I need a bed to fit my room.
Ash Foam.
What about a sofa where go relax my body?
Ash Foam.
Wardrobes to fit all my clothes?
Ash Foam.
What about linens and pillows for sweet dreams?
Kwame. Ash Foam.
Mommy, I feel you. Ash Foam all the way.
For mattresses to beds, sofas, wardrobes, linens, pillows, and more, don't waste time and visit any Ash Foam showroom across the country or call our hotline at 0243 200 729. Ash Foam. Feel it, know it.
Hey, my friend. Let us walk quickly and get away from this dog. Oh.
Indeed, we should. Amadu's dog can be wild sometimes. You know what? It is safer to walk away from it.
Hey, this dog won't stop barking at us. Oh. It's even getting closer. Who knows if it has rabies or not? That dangerous disease.
Wait, gentlemen. Our dog is in chains and would not come near you. My husband ensures Bingo, our dog, is vaccinated annually to prevent rabies.
Rabies is a disease that can cause severe illness and death among animals and humans. Rabies is spread through the saliva of a dog or a cat that has the rabies virus when that animal bites or scratches someone or another animal. Vaccinate your dogs and cats every year to protect them from rabies and keep them healthy. Remember, no bites, no...
It's the holiday season and, well, vacation is over, but your kids can still enjoy the various channels available on GoTV, including Nickelodeon, Disney Junior, and Jim Jam. With their favorite characters like Dora, Mickey Mouse, Mush Mush, SpongeBob, SquarePants, and Henry Danger. You can dial *759# and stay connected for non-stop edutainment on GoTV. Love it. The Breeze app is amazing, taking things to another level with the free personal shopper. Simply write the list of items you need and name any shop, market, or restaurant where you want them purchased. The Breeze app will instantly send someone to buy the exact item for you. The app sends you live pictures of each item they select on the market or shop, and once you agree with the picture and the price, the personal shopper will pay at the shop and bring the items to you. This is revolutionary. So go to the Google Play Store or the App Store, download the Breeze app now and try it for yourself.
Conquer hate, put down the arms and raise your voice. We're joining hands today.
And don't forget that Heritage Christian University is set to provide the missing link in tertiary education through creativity and innovation. The university has since 2018 been giving out a sum of over 450,000 cedis as startup grants to students to start their businesses. there is a huge emphasis on entrepreneurship, technology, and practical learning with professional certification. Some of their programs in undergrad include BA in Psychology, BBA in Accounting and Finance, Logistics and Supply Chain Management, Community Development and Theology, Theology and Ministry, Business Information Technology, and more. There's also master's programs available. To qualify, you must be a WASI, ABC, E or GBCE holder or have HND. Call 054 7777 731 or 020 229 8399. Heritage Christian University is affiliated to the KNUST and UCC and is accredited by G-Tech.
Now there's an exciting new chocolate beverage out there on the market. From the producers of Cowbell, I introduce to you Twisco. Twisco is a great chocolate drink made from a blend of premium cocoa powder and enriched with NF4. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twisco and power your dream. The GRA is here and they are reminding everybody, especially all withholding tax agents, that returns must be paid or taxes must be paid to the Domestic Tax Revenue Division by the 15th of every month, and you need to do so to avoid harsh penalties, because if you do not pay, you are attracting an interest of 125% of the statutory rate. Get in touch with the GRA on toll-free number 0800 900 110 or send them an email info@gra.gov.gh to get all your questions answered. And they are also reminding the general public, especially VAT registered taxpayers, that they are migrating 2,000 VAT registered taxpayers onto the GRA's electronic invoicing system, referred to as the e-VAT system. Get in touch with the GRA on 0800 100 110 to find out how you can speak to them. And they are also organizing a series of stakeholder engagements to ensure seamless implementation. Enterprise is here and they're asking whether or not you are a friend of their company. If not, this is the best time to join, because they are excited to roll out their new loyalty program, the Enterprise Advantage Points. You can rack up points and score awesome rewards by making purchases, renewing policies, and more, all through the self-service portal or the Enterprise Advantage app. Enterprise Advantage Points, because nothing you do should be pointless. Enterprise is your advantage. Now, what is luck? Luck is that glorious moment where you find money in your trousers right when you're broke, or you get picked out from a crowd for a big reward. For many, or for us, luck is a life-changing event. So dial *712# and get your ticket. The more you buy, the better your chances of winning. Luck is on its way to you and your community, so stay sharp. Luck is everywhere.
Get Diamond Cement, the best cement on the Ghanaian market, with our 42.5-hour grade available in various places of cement retail. And this is the 24th year of Diamond's existence. Can you imagine?
24 years.
Since the year 2000. It's been just one award after the other. Green rating by the EPA. We also have the 32.5 hour for different kinds of work. Call us on 0244-313-368. Buy directly from us. We have factories in Aflao, Takrady, and Buipe. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond. And latex foam is where you experience the difference of a high quality mattress and furniture crafted with your ultimate relaxation in mind. Invest in your well-being. Choose latex foam with a number of great products available for your use. Go to latexfoamghana.com or call 0302231155.
Just a mana, some tea, mana, papa, none of you know my missing there. And you where are you? Only about them for my simple. What we are quiet.
What's the bribe about you about the mamin tree? About the it's all about the collection.
Oh, Charlie.
Oh my God. Angola is just a gift. It's a gift to the body of Christ.
Thank you.
Charlie. Because it's on Sunkwa. Sunkwa or try and day. Deal with the police for me.
I'm a sure of I can show you so much on your dama about a bribe or Tamalo Kula. Your best lawyers not judges no so. I'm a watch you 2 weeks in a before. Who said the colonial mentality? I want China, Ghana, Yabo 50. As a China, they say, what you grab a woman, as a China, they say,
oh, yes, indeed. Colonial mentality. Then, on whether the police can simply rely on unenforced conduct to arrest, indeed, the law allows the police to arrest a person upon reasonable suspicion of a commission of a crime coming from Waka.
Yeah.
Nathan, help me.
Yeah, this one says, action now. Galamsey must stop now. Bernard, I work for an organization that uses water as an essential commodity, or we use water as an essential commodity. Therefore, I cannot sit down unconcerned if I have to do a one-man demonstration or go on a hunger strike to send a strong signal to the people in charge. I'll do it. Ghanaians are not angry enough. Jones Adobo in La. The Galamsey menace is not coming to an end. I traveled to Cape Coast last weekend. On my way and back, I counted more than 7 payloaders carrying excavators and other heavy machinery. I asked myself where all these were going. Who is checking where they were being sent? There are numerous checkpoints on that route. We are clearly not ready to fight Galamsey.
Okay.
This one says, is it possible to repeal LI 2462, which gives the president the exclusive authority to allocate protected forest reserves for mining? Roland Van Exbone in control. He's asking that question. Very interesting angle. I don't know what the lawyers can tell us. I don't know what they will say, but maybe that's a conversation we need to have.
Let's end with the Wisdom's text.
Wisdom Abodakpi says, with all this visible distraction, do we still have OIC still focused on politics and not addressing this 4-decade disaster? We are even proud to give a name, which is now in our Galamsey lexicon, Chan Fan, which will soon find itself into the Oxford Dictionary. It says, Ghana, when did we get it wrong?
All right, 2 important press conferences happening at 10 o'clock. The TUC is organizing a press conference on Galamsey at 11 o'clock. The Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining, which includes the GJA, the GIBA, and all the others, will be meeting to also talk about Galamsey. And we will continue on air and online with the crusade to get action, highlighting the ills of Galamsey. Thank you for listening. My name is Bernard Avle. I did this with Nathan Kwao, Samuel Atamensa, who came in earlier, and Caleb Kuda, who has the news at 10. Caleb, take it up.
Bernard, coming up, New Patriotic Party NPP parliamentary candidate for Sojaman Pius Haji, the edges